All right, Nerd Nugget for the last game.
Do.
Okay.
Oh my
Nerd
God.
Nugget of the week.
That was a worse one than the first time you did it.
You guys liked it.
Part of my soul dies every time. On today's Part of My Take, we have an awesome in-studio interview with Brandon Marshall and Cam Newton. Had a great time with both the guys. Talked about everything, their careers, their media ventures, Cam's run at Auburn. Awesome interview. Then we're going to talk Week 13 picks and preview and the crown jewel of Sunday, the Niners versus Eagles. We also have Fyre Fest, Fantasy Fuccbois, great Friday show, sending you into a great football weekend. It's all brought to you by our friends at Game Time. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. It's kind of frustrating when you buy tickets and you can't trust them, and you're like, hey, where am I going to sit? Game Time has it all set up. I've used Game Time for everything: baseball tickets, football tickets, comedy shows, concerts, everything. They make sure that you have the best experience possible. You know where you're going to sit. You know the deal's locked in. If something happens, they'll make sure that you got new seats. That happened to me once. They were the best. They got me better seats, same price. That's the Game Time that I love. That's what you need to be doing with Game Time. They have last-minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, and they're obsessed with finding ways to help you save money on tickets. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event. So if you're saying, hey, I want to go to this game 10 minutes before, 30 minutes before, hour before, it's there. Game Time. So find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. With zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PMT for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed with Game Time. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take. Today is Friday, December 1st. And is Dak Prescott the NFL MVP?
I was about to say congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys for winning the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl?
The Super
just
Bowl.
won the Super Bowl?
I think the Cowboys. This is actually.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
This is perfect. This is perfect because Dallas fans are so confident right now, as they should be. You're a good team, but you're basically the same team that you've been. Or that you were last year, at least.
Yeah. Well,
Mike McCarthy is the same guy that he was last year. He almost blew that into the game thing.
Yes.
He almost did with that pass to the end zone, stopped the clock, gave him a lot more time. That would have been something we would be discussing right now if it didn't work out. But the Cowboys are good enough.
Well,
like, CeeDee Lamb is a fucking beast, and they're good enough offensively. Their defense came up big when it mattered, even though there were no punts tonight. They didn't force a single punt, and they didn't have to punt. The Cowboys played a good game. But I do love – it feels – I'm getting excited since I can't root for the Commanders to do anything special this year. I am finding myself just rooting more and more for the expectation for Dallas Cowboys fans to get higher and higher and higher and then end in ultimate heartbreak.
But hold on a second. You just said they're the same team as last year. Dak Prescott's playing way better than last year.
He is better than last year.
He is playing out of his mind. And I know he probably won't win the MVP because the MVP is going to go to the 1 seed. They'd have to – jump the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is also playing very good football. I'm just saying, Dak Prescott, I mean, he's playing phenomenal football. Hank, you're a Cowboys fan. I saw your friend is a Cowboys fan.
Yep.
Tiff.
Shout out Tiff.
Dak is awesome right now. Like, there's just no way to, like, that's just what he's taking care of the football. Last year, he finished the season. I know he was injured for a few games, but he finished the season 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. This season, through Week 13, he's 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
He's having an awesome year, and he's up there for MVP if they could figure out a way. I mean, it all sets up now because if the Niners can somehow beat the Eagles on Sunday, next week becomes a colossal game between the Eagles and Cowboys.
We're going to find out how many points the bank is worth. That's what we're going to find out.
But yeah, the Cowboys, offense is humming. They have so many weapons. It feels like they finally, last year, a couple of years ago, it felt like they didn't have the complementary weapons. Now Brandon Cooks he's back.
I also think a couple of years ago they were in this pattern where they had to run Ezekiel Elliott more than they should have.
Yeah.
Because Jerry was paying him so much money, and Jerry's like, hey, this is my star running back. Let's give him the ball. And it became pretty clear, at least last year, that Pollard was a better option for him at running back when he was in the game.
Yeah.
And so they were forcing the ball to Ezekiel. Now they don't have to worry about that anymore. Their wide receivers are dynamic. They've got a good tight end.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson is awesome. He was a beast tonight. The Seahawks' middle of their defense was just getting gashed. And so I do want to talk about the Seahawks in a second. The one thing that would make me nervous, and maybe you can just say, hey, that was a little off night, weird setup. Their defense, the Cowboys' defense, which they have been, that has been the thing that they've been resting on for a couple of years now, did not look great tonight. And it was against, if you want to look through the Cowboys' season, you could make the fraud case in the fact that they have really kicked the shit out of some bad teams and some bad quarterbacks. And when they face good quarterbacks, their defense does not look the same.
Oh,
that did happen tonight. I mean, Geno had a good night.
I'm not making the fraud case against the Cowboys.
No,
I think the Cowboys
someone could.
I think the Cowboys are a great team. They're one of the teams that could win the Super Bowl right now. I'm just saying, I'm putting a lot of my sweat equity and my mental well-being in the fact that I'm just imagining a world where they have a very heartbreaking end of their season.
Oh, that will most likely happen.
Yeah.
The Cowboys feel different this year just in the fact that Dak Prescott is playing a lot better, and he has to prove it still. But he is playing better than he was last year, and it feels like, if he can keep elevating his game, who knows? Max, you're shaking your head. This is you blame this loss on me.
Yeah, I mean, you changed the whole vibes of the game, but that's
because I had told him he had to come in the gambling cave because we were watching the game in the gambling cave, and we would just hear Max. For people who think that Max is doing a shtick, it's not, because he was sitting in the editor's bay where guys were working, and we would hear him from around the corner just screaming like, "That's a flag!" and shit like that. So I was like, "Hey, you got to come sit in the gambling cave," and then I don't think the Seahawks scored again.
Were the Seahawks winning when you did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a positive play for the Seahawks
no, I don't think so either.
Since I sat in that.
I don't think so either.
Damn. That's so messed up you did that.
Well, and then Big Cat tried to give me the whole, he was like, oh, so you think that really affected the game by you sitting in here rather than sitting out there? And then I actually defended you, Hank, and I was like,
yeah, no, it did.
Didn't you freak out at Hank for pulling up the TV guide last week?
Obviously, it affected the game. I agree with you.
No, that's not
yes,
what you were doing.
do. But I know that it did. And then I asked Taylor Lewan, who was sitting there, I was like, did you ever, when you were playing in the NFL, were you ever like, man, it feels like someone switched their position on the couch right now?
Max,
I don't know what that rep was bad.
Max, go back.
Yeah, did someone just put on their lucky underwear? What the fuck just happened? It affected the game.
Yeah,
it
whatever.
Absolutely affected
Fuck
the game.
the Cowboys.
The Seahawks are in trouble. They played well tonight, and that was like that. It felt like this was their kind of like, hey, this is our last stand. This is our best effort.
I don't know that they're in trouble. This might be a moral loss for the Seahawks.
Well, no, they're in trouble.
Victory.
They're in trouble in the fact that
a statement loss for them.
They have to play their next two games are against the Niners and the Eagles, and they can't keep losing and make the playoffs.
I think with tonight's
you have to win games to make the playoffs.
What tonight's game proved more than anything is that Thursday Night Football whoops ass as long as the teams that are playing also played on a Thursday the week beforehand.
And if the refs decide to throw 1,000 flags to make sure every offensive possession gets all the way to a touchdown.
There were a ton of flags today, but there was some good offensive football that was played. DK had a hell of a game.
Incredible.
When he caught that first pass and took off, and they said that he reached a speed of like 22.6 something miles per hour.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 22.2 miles per hour, which is 0.2 miles per hour faster than Tyreek Hill has been with the ball this year. And for DK to be faster than Tyreek Hill, despite the fact that he outweighs him by what? Do you think 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Is insane. It's insane that that's the fastest dude in the NFL.
He was little boying Duron Bland.
He was.
Yeah. Duron Bland got
sign language.
smoked in sign language as well.
Gang signs? I don't know.
No, I mean,
Roger Goodell will probably be like, "That's a gang sign. I'm gonna find you."
No, we learned sign language.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. If you're gonna learn sign language to talk shit on your opponent, I respect that.
the Seahawks are in trouble though.
You got to learn it.
They're 6-6, and they have to play the Eagles and the Niners.
Yeah, not a great couple games coming. Anything could happen though.
Anything could happen.
They could.
But it did feel like this was like, hey, we're gonna put everything into this game. We got to win this game. We can't keep losing these games. They're on a 3-game losing streak. So yeah, it feels like it could spiral a little more. Having to go to at 49ers next week.
Yeah, I could see that, but also like the Seahawks, they find a way to win weird games. They do. If they can drag you into the mud and make you play a really strange game, they can beat you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was not impressed.
Really bad teams.
I was not impressed with that play call at the end where they tried to run the screen on 4th down.
Well, they just didn't block the one guy you have to block.
Yeah.
Like Micah Parsons, you have to.
You
could actually run a play where it's like, hey, we're not going to block anyone else except Micah Parsons, and it might work.
Yeah. I think in theory a screen could work if you're just banking on them sending everybody at you, and then you could get a big chunk of yardage off that screen play. The problem with running a screen there is that Micah Parsons is faster than almost every single other edge defender in the NFL.
Yeah.
So if you don't even chip him or get in his way, make him like take a half step to the outside, he's going to get in Geno's face.
Yes. Yeah. That was a sad way to end the game. Anything else before we get to week 13? Oh, thank you to everyone. Spotify Wrapped. That's always cool. I mean, it's always like crazy to see how much time people spend with us because we're fucking idiots.
There was some insane numbers this year.
Yeah.
Everyone
we
that
appreciate everyone. And even if you're not listening on
us.
Spotify, if you're listening on Apple, if you're listening on Amazon, if you're listening on Google, if you're listening on YouTube, we love you all.
It was very humbling to see all that.
It always is.
This many people spend this much time listening to my thoughts, and really that many people are like super well versed in all the weird shit that's going on with this podcast.
Yeah.
It blows my mind to think about. So thank you to everybody.
Every year we know Spotify Wrapped is coming, and every year I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy.
That's a lot of minutes.
I think one of the good things about this show is that at the end of the day, it does kind of still feel like our lives haven't changed that much. It feels like we're just sitting with our friends and talking. So when we have these moments where it's like, oh shit, the numbers are that big, it's always like, damn.
100 countries.
Like you could tell me no one's listening to the show, and I'd be like, I'll keep doing it.
100 countries?
Yeah. 100 countries? What was the craziest country?
Did I not send you guys this?
No.
It was an email, because if it was, I did not read it. Hank's been sending off a lot of emails recently. You're the email king of this office.
Someone stole some golf clubs?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Hank sent an email being like, we're about to go through the tapes.
That was just a
Come
smoke,
forward.
That was a smoke out. It ended up being an ironic twist of fate, the control room person who needed to go through the tapes.
Interesting.
Had taken them?
It was one club. There was a couple clubs that were missing. One of the clubs he accidentally had in his bag.
Accidentally?
That's the perfect crime. The guy that would be in charge of reviewing it.
He's like, hey, wait, I know this guy.
It was Pete?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was Pete.
Okay, so I understand that there's a lot of people in 100 countries listening
Top
to this.
episode, Stephen A. Smith.
If you are in like Eastern Europe, please tweet at All Business Pete to stop stealing golf clubs.
Mm-hmm.
25% of new fans discovered you in 2023.
Okay,
Shout
love
out.
it. Let me see this country.
I'm getting to it. How does it feel to have gone global?
Great.
You were streaming 102 countries.
102.
Ooh.
How many countries are there?
Bulgaria was
say,
your
it's
top
gotta be-
country.
Bulgaria?
I'm just kidding. United States is your top country.
There
USA.
are 195 countries.
Wow,
More than half of the world listens to this.
Yeah.
Canada, Austria, Ireland, Japan, Colombia.
Colombia, what's up?
Those were the most
That was
new
probably
listeners.
Jackie Tables on vacation. Max.
Guess what? I like this one. This one actually surprised me. Fuck. Go back.
Come on.
Your listeners' top music genre.
Ooh.
Taylor Swift?
It's
Drill music.
Taylor Swift isn't a genre?
no rap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should be in the culture department.
What's
then.
up? What's up? All right. Well, yeah, seriously, though, thank you to everyone. We don't take it for granted. We never do. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I
Most
love you
shared
guys.
episode was Life.
Oh, love that.
Episode 3.
It's good.
Love that. I'm all out of kids, so we'll have to think of, maybe we'll do it again, though, because we have Titus here.
Well, there's also other people on this podcast that could have kids.
True.
Hank.
I could.
You could. Good. All right. Well, let's kick it to ourselves. Picks and preview, and then Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall. Incredible show, incredible interview with both those guys. Here's ourselves. Okay, weekend preview brought to you by our friends at Uber Eats. Get everything delivered with Uber Eats. It's football season. You can now get almost anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. What do you mean by almost? Well, let me tell you. Running backs? No. Ribs? Yes. Offensive offsides? No. Olive oil? Yes. O-line? No. OJ? Yes. Pet supplies for Blake and Stella? That's a big yes. There you have it. Get almost anything for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Alcohol in select markets and 21 plus to order. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details. I used Uber Eats last Sunday. Got myself some snacks. I got some chips. I got some Reese's sticks. Remember, Hank? Yep. We got that for the boys. Some candy. Uber Eats. Get almost anything. Order now with Uber Eats. It is the best, so get it now. Uber Eats, almost anything. Okay, Week 13. Week 13, boys.
I don't like the sound of Week 13.
I know.
I just don't, because now we're putting the word teen in there, and that sounds a whole lot like Week 18 to me.
Yeah, we're in our teens now. Okay, so Sunday feels like we have a little bit, not the best slate, but the Eagles-49ers game, which we'll get to, is definitely the crown jewel of this weekend.
I like that, the crown jewel.
The crown jewel. You like that?
That's going to be the game that everyone's going to be focused on in the afternoons.
Yeah, the crown jewel of the weekend. We will live stream it. Max, you got any flights or anything? He's not on.
How's the foot, Max?
Foot's good. I will be here.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Great. Ready to roll. All right, so let's get into the Sunday slate. Let's start. I ordered them in how I thought. What are you going to say, Hank? You say anything? I ordered them in the games that I thought were the most appealing. And again, it's not like the most appealing slate to start, but that's okay because that's usually chaos. Lions at Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Lions at Saints.
Dan Campbell said he's not going to just yell louder. They're going to have a plan. I think he should have a new plan and also yell louder at his team.
Okay.
Best of both worlds.
This is going to be a true test to the Lions. I feel like they're at a crossroads because they've had two bad games. The Bears was a bad game even though they won, and the Packers was a bad game on Thanksgiving. Are they a real team in the NFC? Can they go down and beat the Saints, who are very injured? I think it's Michael Thomas is out. Olave's in the concussion protocol.
Rashid
Shaheed's got a thigh injury. Cam Jordan is banged up. Marshawn Lattimore's out.
Wait, you say Michael Thomas is out?
Michael Thomas is out.
Shut the fuck up.
Never believe it. We also have a little Discord?
We have discourse?
Discourse? No, Discord.
Acrimonious discourse?
Is it Discord?
There can be discord.
Discourse is like
It's talking, but
conversation,
Discord is bad?
Discord's
It's a
an
website.
app.
Yeah, we've got some
No, I know
chaos. It's actually not a
Discord's-
website, Hank. It's an application.
Discord.
Boomer.
I mean, you could type in discord.com. Is that not a website?
Well, you shouldn't be typing in any websites right now, Mr. Hacked.
Discourse, written or spoken communication or debate.
Yeah, but what about Discord?
Yeah, there can be discord. Yes.
Does that mean it's bad, right?
Yes.
Discord,
Yes.
disagreement between people.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So the Saints have some Discord. Happy we got that cleared up. Alvin Kamara after Sunday's game said the offense for the Saints doesn't have an identity, and then Dennis Allen said on Monday, I think we have explosive players on offense. I think we prove we can be explosive on offense. Essentially saying the offense is explosive. They're 19th in scoring.
So they do have explosive players, but that seems to also imply that they don't have an identity. If you answer, do you have an identity, by saying, well, parts of our team have an identity.
Yeah.
That means you don't have an identity.
Right.
It's like we've got good parts, but the whole thing,
Right.
if you look at it, you just don't know what we are.
Do you have a car? Well, I have a tire.
Yeah, I've got
I got a seat and a seat belt.
I've got a lot of gas.
Yeah. Do you have a car though? No, you do not have a car.
They don't. Well, they do have a car actually. He's a
Yeah, they do.
quarterback.
Yep, that's true.
But when you look at the Saints and this division as a whole, the NFC South, I have a prediction about this division.
Okay.
We're going to see whoever wins the NFC South will not fire their coach going into next season.
Agreed.
Every other team will.
Okay, so we already have the Panthers.
We got the Panthers. They're out. Saints, they're going to fire
Yeah, no,
Allen
that's
if they don't
you're
make
right.
it. The Bucks should fire
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles if they don't make it. Top 10 coach on the hunt out there. And then the Falcons probably, I think that they might fire Arthur Smith. I'm not saying that they should.
Well, they're going to win the NFC.
They are going to win. But if they don't, actually, I'm not going to entertain hypotheticals.
I like that thought, though, because I think you're right.
But it also makes for, I think, hopefully better football from every team in that very sad division going down the stretch because every coach, we can say the entire NFC South is coaching for their job.
It'd actually be fun if divisions did like league meetings, like all the NFC South got together and like, hey guys, we got to be better.
Yeah, that's
This is a joke.
Annie Agar does that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. She does.
Yeah.
She does. Okay. I like the Lions this game mostly because the Saints' rush defense has kind of fallen off a cliff. They've been getting gashed. 228 yards last week against the Falcons. I feel like the Lions might, with Jared's mini slump, they might be like, hey, let's just run the ball down their throat, and then we'll just do play action, and then we'll win the game.
I would like to see the Lions win this by double digits.
Yeah, because the
I
Saints,
really would.
With all the injuries that we've listed and Alvin Kamara saying we don't have an identity, I just don't know. The Lions' defense is bad, but the Saints' offense is worse. So it's like you should be able to stop them. They don't have a ton of guys that can beat you.
I actually agree 100% that they don't have an identity.
Right.
It's when everyone on the team seems to like the backup quarterback more than the starting quarterback, that is an issue.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. So I went back. There was an alternate angle of Ludacris rappelling from the ceiling,
Yeah, with Jameis.
landing at the 50-yard line, which, again, Ludacris, it feels weird to say that he's underrated, but I feel like Ludacris has gotten more underrated in the last 5 years.
I agree.
But he's the best. So he's rappelling down, singing "Move, Bitch." And then Jameis Winston is getting all up in Derek Carr's face, singing "Move, Bitch" to him. I think he was doing it to hype up Derek Carr, but also at the same time, when your backup quarterback is telling your starting quarterback, "Move, bitch," repeatedly,
Yeah.
the starting quarterback starts to interpret that in a different way.
Jameis has never been a read the room guy.
No,
That's not his strength.
really read anything.
Yeah,
read a linebacker. No,
He's not getting the
defense.
temperature of a room and being like, hey, I shouldn't do this, shouldn't eat a W, shouldn't stand up on a table, say fuck him right in the pussy, that kind of stuff.
yeah, fuck her. Right.
Fuck her right in the pussy. Yeah. So okay.
Maybe, read the room like he's never even read a stadium before.
Yeah.
When he went out dressed in his pads before a game.
Exactly.
Coach was like, hey, James, you're suspended.
That's why we love him.
Yeah, that's why we love James.
That's exactly why we love him.
It was
All
a
right.
great clip, though.
It was a great
really,
clip.
It to me surpassed Drew Lock rapping to Yeezy.
Yes.
Or was it Jeezy?
Yes.
It was Jeezy on the sidelines.
Jeezy.
Yeah.
Okay, Nerd Nugget.
The Lions have produced at least 325 net yards in all 11 games this season for the first time in team history. No other team has an active streak of more than 5 games with 325 total.
Hang the
net
banner.
yards.
Okay.
Good job, Lions.
Yards.
Yard leaders.
Yards.
The Yard Kings.
But we got a lot of yards.
Sounds like a great name for a mower.
Yeah.
The Yard King.
Or like a good giveaway at a minor league park.
Yeah. Be the Yard King
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, you get to
Come,
sit
come down. We're going to do the Yard King giveaway.
right behind home plate and you wear a crown and
Yeah,
there's a throne.
sit in a lawn chair.
Yeah, no, a lawn chair that's got jewels and shit on it.
The Yard King.
I'm the Yard King.
Yeah. The Savannah Bananas are definitely going to steal that from us. Okay. Broncos at Texans. Good game.
I say
Important game.
great game.
Yeah.
I say this might be the crown jewel of the morning.
Oh, so it's an important game. The Broncos, if they win on Sunday, have a 64% chance of making the playoffs, which is wild to say given where they were at the end of September. If they lose, they go down to 21%. And the Texans, similar, 54% if they win, 18% if they lose. It's a loser leaves town game. The loser of this game will be under 25% chance to make the playoffs.
I'd say loser moves to the suburbs.
Yeah.
They can still get back in if they want because I looked at the Broncos' schedule. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but if they lost this game, I could still see them win. I think they're probably going to lose one more at least, and things can shake out differently, obviously, over the course of the last few weeks. But I don't think that the Broncos are totally out of it. They've won, 5 in a row right now?
5 in a row.
5 in a row since October 22nd. They've beaten the Packers, Chiefs, Bills, Vikings, and Browns. I'm going to put an asterisk on the Browns win, too, because that wasn't a real football team that we saw last week after DTR got hurt.
Yeah, so you brought up those teams, and that was my what I'm thinking about this game. So the Broncos have righted the ship. They've looked a lot better. They've also been getting a shitload of turnovers, 16 turnovers in the last 5 games in that stretch. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder how turnover prone those teams that they beat. So the Browns, Vikings, Bills, Chiefs are all at the bottom of the league in terms of giving up the football. They have the most turnovers, and the Browns and Vikings are actually the worst and second to worst.
Okay.
So they had a string of games where they played teams that are careless with the football, they were able to greatly, benefit from that. The Texans, on the other hand, are pretty good with the football. C.J. Stroud obviously started his season without, any turnovers for the first whatever it was, 6-7 games. That's kind of why I like the Texans. I feel like the Broncos it's been very nice, but when the fumbles and the picks stop, is like, okay, do they have the offense to like get these sustained drives? Can they do it when it's not a, start the drive at the 50, start the drive at the opponent's 40?
Let me ask you a question though, Big Cat. Let's take it one layer deeper on that analysis. Are those teams ranked as being so careless with the football because they've played the Browns and the Browns took away the football from them?
No, the Broncos.
The Broncos, excuse me.
Yes.
The Broncos took away.
Well, that's part of them, but they also have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, Mahomes had a bunch of turnovers.
And
the
the Vikings have had a lot of turnovers. The Browns have had a lot of turnovers, like in other games.
Mm-hmm.
So the Browns, their quarterback situation has led to a lot of turnovers.
Right. So the Broncos defense, in addition to the turnovers, are also averaging giving up just 16 points a game in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So
they went from 36 to 16.
They're legitimately good. There's no Tank Dell for Houston this weekend.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So I kind of like the Broncos. I know I like C.J. Stroud. We are Stroud boys, but I feel like, I don't know, the Broncos, if the Broncos win this game, I'm going to get reckless with my Broncos takes. And I've been already I've been hitting the median a little bit. I'm going to go fully off the road with my Bronco.
The nice thing about this game is I don't really have a rooting interest in either. I like both teams, kind of. You know what I mean? Like if either of these teams made it to the playoffs, I'd be like, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Broncos would be a fun story. Russell Wilson, putting it all back together. C.J. Stroud's obviously been one of the best stories of this year. So I think I'm okay with either team winning. There's not one team that I'm like, I don't want to see this team in the playoff.
I think that what we might have here is a Coach of the Year Bowl. Maybe the winner of this game.
Shane Steichen, though, still.
Shane Steichen.
It's one of my votes.
You can always say
I don't
Mike
think Sean
Tomlin.
Payton can win for Coach of the Year.
You don't think so? He should win Comeback Coach of the Year.
Comeback Coach of the Year from the beginning of the year.
For how he started. Yeah. And also coming back.
Yes, that too.
So the Texans have never beaten Russell Wilson. I've got one thing that I'm going to say about each game where I'm trying to steal Jake's nerd nugget.
I love it.
Preemptively.
I've been doing that too, but it's great.
Was that it, Jake?
No, I mean, you guys were close about the turnovers, but I have a little extra sprinkle.
All right,
on
go
top
ahead.
of it.
Give us a sprinkle.
So the Broncos are now number one in the NFL in takeaways, and their best turnover differential is right now +8 since 2005. They're +20.
See, I'm saying fumble luck, ball luck. If it
there's
runs
ball
out,
luck.
you got to try to time it. We talked about that, Hank. Remember the
Fumble
season
luck?
that Hank did not like that?
Hank doesn't believe in luck.
Turnover luck.
Turnover luck is a real thing.
You don't believe in weather?
No, the ball bounces. Like there's times when the ball will bounce. It's like, oh, it went right into someone else's hands, or it didn't. Like there is an element of luck that comes into turnovers. Tip balls.
Yeah. If there's like a cornerback that tries to make an interception, and he should, and it bounces off his hands, and we're like, that's where he plays defense. Most cornerbacks would make that pick. There's elements of...
but it's not like a data point.
I think it is a
it's
data
the very definition of a data point.
Yeah.
I think it's a small sample size.
Everyone kind of regresses to the mean where it's like there's certain turnover plays that, okay, that was expected to be a turnover, but like you could have a team that just recovers all their fumbles.
I can understand why Hank doesn't believe in turnover luck, because when Mac Jones throws an interception, he throws a fucking interception.
That's true. There's no luck involved.
No luck at all. It's turnover skill, and Mac Jones is very good at it.
He is.
Okay, next game, Colts at Titans. Jonathan Taylor's out. That sucks. Thumb injury.
It feels like a Mike Vrabel game tonight.
I know. Will Levis at home has been good. It does feel like a Mike Vrabel game.
It feels like a Vrabel special right now.
What uniforms are they wearing? Are they not? They're not doing their throwbacks again, are they?
The Titans? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that they're gonna wear some combination of blue, gray, and like slightly a color that's in between gray and blue.
I like the Titans uniforms in general.
You do?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, I kind of like them. All right.
I think
I'm trying
they're-
to find. I don't think there's anything Sunday Titans uniforms Sunday.
They're like the uniform equivalent of ambient music, where you're just like
It's just kind
trying
of
to study.
It's like create a player on.
It's like
on 2K.
It's like rain, listening to raindrops in your headphones.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I can't find. I was gonna just basically base this all off of the uniforms. But yeah, I like the Titans in this game.
I do too.
Sure. If the Colts can win, they are right now the 7th seed.
Minshew on the road is an issue.
That is
I always remind myself of that. Minshew on the road.
Yeah, all I'm seeing is, can the Titans please wear the throwbacks again? Fair.
It's a fair request.
Yeah, it's a fair request.
And listen, our gripe is not with the Titans wearing those uniforms because the uniforms are bad. And we understand how teams work when they move cities. But you can't – I don't like the idea of going back and wearing a Houston Oilers jersey, especially when you're playing against the Houston Texans.
Right. All right, nerd nugget for this game.
Titans running back Derrick Henry has great success against the Colts. In his 14 games against the division rivals, he has 7 100-yard rushing performances.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. This Mike Vrabel, Derrick Henry game. That's what I'm predicting that.
Okay. All right, next game up. Cardinals and Steelers. Kenny Pickett unlocked.
Here we go.
I didn't realize how funny the Matt Canada stats were. The fact that the last game that Matt Canada was not the offensive coordinator for the Steelers was when they lost to the Browns in the playoffs, and the Steelers had 523 yards of offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went 2.5 years without getting over 400 yards. And then the very first game that Matt Canada was not the OC, they went over 400 yards.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, how is that? Was that? I just don't even understand it.
I don't get it either.
That's how bad he was. Like, it's actually, you can statistically look at it, really good offensive output, 2.5 years where they couldn't get over 400 yards. He leaves 400 yards.
Yeah, it's just funny to me that Mike Tomlin kind of took on the Rooney's mentality with his own coordinator.
Yeah.
Where he was like, yeah, we like continuity here. Continuity sucks when the person that you're keeping continuity with is garbage.
Yeah.
That's actually a downside to continuity. Like,
yes.
But then again, maybe Tomlin thought to himself, like, if I start firing people, maybe the Rooneys don't even think that you can fire coaches.
Yeah.
And so if I start firing them, then they'll be like, wait, we can do this?
Yeah, we didn't know this button was here.
I'm going to press the button.
Yeah.
Max. But, yeah, it is very funny to see the offense look. They looked like a real NFL offense last week.
They threw in the middle of the
fun to see.
field. Pat Fryermuth season.
Fryermuth, I wonder what Deontay Johnson's going to be. Is this going to be a Deontay Johnson works his ass off this week to try to get rid of the film from last week?
Our Steelers insider, Jersey Jerry, said that TJ Watt had a players-only meeting that he called to hold people accountable.
Well, I heard that there was a fight that was going on. Actually, no, that was from Adam Schefter. There was a fight that was going on. Minkah Fitzpatrick and somebody else in the locker room were upset. And then TJ Watt stepped in and he goes, hey, guys, we all need to be a team. Let's cut this out. It was an exclusive report from Adam Schefter. I don't know if you saw that. And then he marched straight into the workout room and started doing squats.
And gave him some, what is that? What do they do? The taco seasoning? What's the?
El Paso?
El Paso.
Is that it?
Yeah. Here, take some El Paso.
You remember that report from Schefter a couple years ago
Yeah.
when he was talking about his contract? And he marched straight into Mr. Rooney's office.
Yeah.
Said, let's get this done, and then went right to the weight room.
Yeah. It's the best when Schefter tweets just strictly from the agent.
I love TJ Watt in Schefter's brain is like an 80s movie character.
He's Howie Long.
We all need to listen to Coach.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on the same page. Coach is right, guys.
Yeah. Who's the cheesiest? Is that the commercial that's always stuck in our head? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the cheesiest? The Cardinals are bad.
Who do you think JJ's rooting for in this matchup? Steelers.
He's got to root for the Steelers.
Got to root for the Steelers. So
is there a chance
that he comes back?
Yeah, he was talking about it on McAfee that he was working out with the guys.
He did the eyeball emoji maybe before last week's game or the week before game in I think it was last week's game actually in Houston.
That would rock.
He quote tweeted something and did the eyeball emoji, and then people were like, "Oh shit, is JJ Watt coming back to the Texans?" I think he was just like the captain, the honorary captain.
Got
before
it.
The game.
That would be cool though.
It would be cool
if he came back for just the playoffs.
I would love to see JJ Watt play for the Steelers in the playoffs.
No, I'm saying for the Texans.
I think
he said on McAfee that he was working out with the Texans.
Either one. For the Steelers, that would make sense too.
Yeah, the Steelers would be awesome. I like the Steelers in this game, even though it's stupid to take Mike Tomlin as a favorite of 5.5 points or whatever it is. I just don't. The Cardinals' defense is bad.
They're very bad. James Conner revenge game, though.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball down their throat.
One note about this one, Zach Ertz got released today, as reported by insider JJ Watt.
JJ Watt, yeah.
So Zach Ertz released from the Cardinals. Max, congratulations. Dream team. Dallas Goedert out with a broken forearm. Everyone's saying that he wants to sign with a contender. Congrats on getting Zach Ertz back. Let me be the first to report exclusively on Part of My Take that the Philadelphia Eagles have signed Zach Ertz.
Dallas Goedert is going to be coming back soon, so that might not be the case. He said he was trying to play this week, but I don't think he will.
Okay, but you don't want Zach Ertz then?
I do want Zach Ertz.
Julie Ertz's husband.
I do want Julie Ertz's husband.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole thing that Goddard might be out 1, maybe 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring Ertz in, but I don't think he's going to be like a difference maker.
Yeah, you got Goddard.
You don't think Ertz is going to be a difference maker?
Trey McBride is really good. That's why. That's why this is happening. Trey McBride's good
Yeah.
for the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, I mean, Zach Ertz is a Philly legend, but we don't need Zach Ertz right now.
Wow.
Not a difference maker.
Turn your back on the family.
I'm not turning my back on no family.
It sounds like you kind of are.
I'm not turning my back on a family. I want Frank Reich. I was just telling you that. Give me Frank Reich.
You want Frank Reich over
Bad
Zach
family
Ertz.
to bring back. Yeah.
No, that's not bad family.
Yeah,
It's
that's
bad family.
It's bad.
That's family.
Bad
you don't
head
wanna
coach
call.
who's-
He's got that Panthers stink on.
That's family. You just
You
let
got a Panthers
you let the
stink on
text
you.
just sit there and you don't respond to it because you're like, I don't want to fucking get.
Max is just arguing like a 6-year-old right
Yeah.
now.
That's not true.
I'm-
I'm not arguing.
nuh-uh.
This doesn't need to be an argument. You just asked me my opinion, and I gave you my opinion.
It's a bad opinion.
To each their own.
To each their own. Okay. Nerd nugget for Cardinals Steelers.
The Steelers have 124 regular season victories against the NFC since the 1970 merger, which is the most among AFC teams.
Wow.
Almost as much as Lamar Jackson.
Hmm.
That's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Super Bowl rematch, too.
Yes.
These two teams don't like each other very much.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the record
John
books.
Madden's last game.
Was it really?
Yeah.
What
John
a,
and out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What
Yeah,
a
I'm pretty
game.
sure that was John
The
Madden's
Santonio
last-
Holmes game?
I'm pretty sure that was. You can fact check me.
I'll look.
Pretty sure that was John Madden's last game. Yeah, I've told this story a million times, but one of my buddies decided to drink an entire bottle of Malort, and I missed the run back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's just puking in my house.
Were you holding his hair back?
No, he disappeared. He's like, I'm going to try to drink this whole bottle of Malort, and then he disappeared, and then I found him in my room. He had puked in my room, and it was just like the worst thing ever.
That's bad. That was a
Because
great,
then it smelled like it was a basement apartment, too. It was just, so bad.
that's a great run back.
I missed the run back. It was
Larry
crazy.
Fitzgerald never gets the credit for it, but
I know.
one of the all-time hustle plays on his part.
Oh, is this the year where they did the split Madden cover right after the Super Bowl? Polamalu and Fitzgerald?
Oh, they might have.
I'm not sure what year that was.
I think it was Madden 10, so it would make sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, next up.
We had
Wait, did you do Nerd Nugget?
Yeah, most wins against the AFC.
Yes, that's
NFC for AFC teams.
we had considered putting an entire bottle of Malort in the room with Max and Hank.
Oh yeah, their live
For the
stream
live stream.
next Wednesday. We're gonna do it. So everyone, this is the Mount Rushmore punishment. Max and Hank will be live for 24 hours starting Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central.
Part of my take YouTube?
Pardon my take, YouTube. We have some things planned for them. They can sleep a little bit overnight if they want to. We will stay live. So tune in. It's gonna be.
We're also looking for someone who could maybe who could perm PFT's hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
And give him a tattoo.
And give him a tattoo.
yes.
So anyone in the Chicago area who knows someone that would like to come into the office, please reach out
That
to
can do perms and tattoos.
And tattoos. Preferably the same
preferably
person.
both. Yeah, that would be
But
great.
no, ideally different people
Yes.
for both those tasks.
Um,
I'm going to get kind of a glow up on this one. This is
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you're gonna
extreme
look sick.
makeover,
Look
PFT.
good.
edition.
It's gonna be great though, and we're also it's gonna.
I don't
be,
plan on sleeping.
It's gonna be brought to you by Sell Blue because we're gonna have a gold mug that day too. So get excited. Get excited.
Oh, yeah. What's the email again, Jake?
PMTintern at barstoolsports.com.
So reach out.
Okay. Dolphins and Commanders. PFT. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. This is going to be shit pumping, shit kicking. There are no two ways about it. I think that the Dolphins are going to hang 1,000,000 points on us. So I just don't want to give up as many points as the Broncos. As long as we don't set any NFL records. But they're going to put up a bunch. Did you see what the Dolphins do on defense? They don't have a turnover chain. They don't have like a turnover plank or anything. But they have a turnover cake.
What?
So every player on the Dolphins defense that gets a turnover, they get a cake later on in the week.
Oh, that's
They just get a cake.
awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, so the guy, was it Holland that ran back
It's
to Hail
Ron
Mary?
Holland, yeah.
Yeah, he got a turnover cake this week.
Love it.
It's a great like means to motivate your players on defense. It's like, okay, either you can wear a chain around your neck for 30 seconds on the sideline or you get a full dessert.
yeah.
during the
That's
week.
awesome. Also, Mike McDaniels has had quite a week. He did you see the clip? He got hit in the nuts on the sideline. He was hanging on for dear life. My heart goes out to him for that moment. But he also had to correct Al Michaels' report that he stole his player's girlfriend and made it his wife.
Okay.
Yeah. So Al Michaels told the story on Black Friday that Mike McDaniels. They were at like some team function, and then this girl was with one of the players, and he told the player like I'll take it from here, otherwise you're cut.
Mhm.
Wasn't exactly like that, but he had to come out and correct Al Michaels for that. But yeah.
That's a very
Fun
funny
story.
story to get wrong.
Yeah. He said that they had just met like 45 seconds before, so it wasn't like he stole someone else's girlfriend.
Gotcha.
But still, very funny to have to come out and say, hey, I want to just correct one thing. The mother of my children, my wife of many years, I didn't steal her.
Yeah. Good for Mike McDaniel for like having people believe that for a week. Though.
Yeah.
It's kind of a baller move.
Yeah.
I'm not optimistic, as you can tell, about the Commanders this weekend. It feels like a game that the Dolphins use as just like target practice.
Mhm.
Like, let's go out there and let's open up the playbook, try a bunch of weird shit, see if we can get our defense right. I'm personally hoping for good things from the Commanders' offense. I would like to see us put up some points. I'd like to see Sam Howell continue not taking sacks, continue being a good quarterback, and he's thrown for 1 million yards this year. I think he has the most yards of any quarterback in the NFL
Ooh.
because they're asking him to drop back a lot, and he's shown a lot of promise. I'm still committed to Sam Howell, but I don't have good thoughts or feelings or vibes at all.
Yeah,
about
but this
about
actually,
the defense.
This could be one of those games that like usually when you go in expecting the worst, maybe something good happens.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. And I am very dumb with my football analysis, so there's a chance I'm wrong about this too. I would love to be wrong about this, but we don't even really get an interim bump from our defense coordinator Jack Del Rio being fired, which kind of sucks because now it's just like, okay, Ron Rivera is going to be
Right.
the defensive coordinator, so you don't have like it's not that much of a change of scenery on the defense. I would have loved to have Rivera get fired, but Rivera kind of did Del Rio a solid though.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll just do all the work that you're doing. You're going to get paid.
Yeah, just get out of here,
Just-
man.
just leave.
Scram.
You don't have to drive to Landover, Maryland
Yeah.
every weekend. Good for you. You don't have to worry about not showering after a game because we don't have any water in the locker room.
Yeah, it actually was probably like he probably was like, "Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I can go home for Christmas."
So all I want for the rest of the season is for Sam Howell to continue to be good enough to make the Commanders an attractive head coaching destination.
Yeah, and not get sacked.
That's all I want.
million
And stay
times.
healthy.
Yeah.
Stay healthy and be good enough to the point where Belichick's like, okay, I can win with this guy.
I think that's a reasonable goal.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Jake, your nerd nugget.
A win on Sunday would improve Miami's record to 9-3 this season, something the Dolphins haven't accomplished since 2001. Head coach Mike McDaniel would also lock up another winning season. He'd be the third head coach in Dolphins history to have a winning record in each of his first 2 seasons, joining Don Shula and Dave Wanstead.
Wow. Okay.
One more win.
That must
Mike
be nice.
McDaniel. All right.
I saw a very depressing stat the other day about the Commanders and how historically bad they've been through November over the last 23 years. I think their best record was one year when they had, I think, 7 wins going into November, and we missed the playoffs that year. Every other season has been like 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 3 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 3 wins. It's November, this time of year is just generally not a good time.
it's when teams start playing real football.
Yeah.
We bow out.
Belichick said that.
Yeah.
He said the season doesn't start till Thanksgiving, right?
Well, Chargers and Patriots.
Yes.
The season finally starts.
Season has begun.
I hope we lose.
Okay. Couple fun fact for you, Hank. This is so the last time the Patriots were underdogs against an under 500 team at home was the game that Drew Bledsoe got knocked out.
Wow.
Started as a underdog, finished as a -1.5 favorite against the Jets, but that's how long it's been. They are 5.5 point underdogs, I believe, to the Chargers, which the Patriots are really bad.
Really bad.
They're really bad.
Horrible.
Mac Jones is really bad.
I think Zappy started.
Zappy is.
Zappy is also really bad.
Mac Jones is running scout team this week.
Okay. With all that said, and they're really, really bad, maybe worst team. I don't know how you could bet the Chargers -5.5 on the road, because the Chargers love to not win games that they should win convincingly.
Yeah, Brandon Staley might be motivated to beat the guy who could potentially take his job, though.
I guess, but would you ever I don't know if I'd take the Chargers -5.5 against a college team on the road. Just out of principle.
Just the logo, the colors, the history.
You'd be like, oh, they'll probably win by 3.
But you know how bad the Patriots are right now? The
I know.
Patriots are so bad that they got flexed out of Monday Night Football. It was going to be the Patriots.
First ever.
It was going to be
First time ever.
the
Where were you?
Patriots, the Flexigami. It was going to be the Patriots and the Chargers, or excuse me, the
Chiefs.
Patriots and the Chiefs. And ESPN said, you know what? The Patriots are so bad that we don't want Taylor Swift's boyfriend to be playing in this game. That's how bad we think the ratings are going to be for the Patriots. That's an all-time low.
ever.
They're not wrong, and honestly, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, you should be happy. Fun Chargers stat: 61 career starts for Justin Herbert. 1,526 points scored. 1,542 points allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. Well, just a couple weeks ago it was dead even.
It was
remember?
dead even. Yeah,
And
we're
so
updating it. I want it to stay dead even.
they have what, one more loss than win
Yeah.
with him as a starting quarterback. So this, by the system, they win this game.
And I think it's like something crazy, like 20 of the last 29 Chargers games have been decided by a touchdown or less, which leads me to my point of like, how could you bet the Chargers? I know that the Patriots are so bad. This is a game you should not bet. I'm probably still going to bet it, but you should not bet.
To Hank's point,
Bailey Zappi hasn't really started, though. This could be a coming up.
All right, so
party
Hank's
for him.
going to take money line.
or history
I probably
repeats
will.
itself. And last time this happened, where they were this much of a home dog, Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Tom Brady steps in, right?
Oh.
So your starting quarterback, Bailey Zappi, gets hurt. Your backup, Mac Jones steps in, and then he
yes.
becomes the guy.
Yes, this is the start of the DVD.
Love it, Hank. Yeah, this is a bad time to be a fan of either team. But to Hank's point earlier about fumble luck, turnover luck being bullshit, the Chargers kind of back him up on that because they have been, like, exactly as we said, even with point differential, wins, losses, all that stuff. And they have, like, the worst turnover luck of all time. But it's consistent.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
they're
thing.
just a bad.
Like, with the Chargers, you can be consistently bad at having turnover luck, and it actually just means that you're bad. That you're bad at football.
Yeah. Okay. Hank, you don't want to win.
No.
Okay.
I think we might, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's just that.
But I don't want to.
It's like the Patriots are so bad. It has nothing to do with the Patriots, just the Chargers. 5.5 on the road.
The Lighthouse?
Like, who's going to.
Stop bringing up the Lighthouse.
That's crazy. They shouldn't be 5.5 point favorites. They're the Chargers. They're a disaster right now. They're on quit watch.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson got benched last week.
I think the Patriots are on quit watch, too.
Oh, I think the Patriots already quit.
Because it's
I
like,
don't think quit. I think quit watch.
They
already
lost
ended.
to Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, they quit watch
that's
happened.
true. Because, like, going into work every day and have Belichick just reading you the riot act,
Yeah,
that's
quit.
a really good thing if you're a great team and he's, like, motivating you to play even better to the best of your ability. But if you're a really bad team, that just makes you bummed out all the time.
Yeah.
You see the Jabril Peppers clip?
No.
Yeah.
He hugged Saquon Barkley and was like, "You're lucky we ass."
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
You're lucky we're not better because we would have beaten you if we were better at football.
We lucky we ass. Okay, Jake, your nerd nugget.
Patriots head coach Bill Belichick will coach in his 424th overall game this week. That'll move past Don Shula for the third most games coached with one team behind George Halas's 506 and 454 by Tom Landry. Congrats, Coach Belichick. Win or lose, you are third place now. Most
Okay.
games ever with one team. Unless they fire him before Sunday.
Okay.
That'd be funny. He might take the JMU job, I heard. There was a Photoshop going around.
Loves
online.
DC.
Oh,
He does love DC.
that's great.
I saw a Photoshop.
That's me. That's
Is he
basically
close
real.
to Annapolis?
Very
Basically
close.
real.
And to Landover, where he'll also be coaching the Commanders.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy man.
Double dipping. Okay. Falcons at Jets. Tim Boyle's worse than Zach Wilson.
Do you think so?
I do think so.
But he's not Zach Wilson is the thing.
I think. Yeah, I know.
I don't
not
I don't
Zach
think
Wilson.
he's not as bad in hilarious ways as Zach Wilson is. He's
Yeah, but
bad in
it's-
unique ways.
Yeah.
He's like traditionally bad at football.
Yeah. I don't know. This Jets team is such a bummer. I think their defense is quit watch. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers back at practice. Okay. Is he really going to play for a team that's like, because they lose this week, they're almost mathematically eliminated, but they are eliminated. Memes, you want him to play? Why would you want him to play behind this offensive line?
I slightly got my hopes up after seeing all those videos.
But why? I know why the videos would make you amped up because you're like, oh, that's cool. Maybe we won't suck ass next year. But do you really want him back this year? Why would you be amped up for that?
If they win, he's mastered this offense.
How has he mastered this offense?
This is the offense he's always run.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, that was not convincing.
Yeah, but you understand.
You tried.
You understand what we're saying? Like, he's mastered maybe like the diagrams of the plays and where to throw the ball, but the offensive line is really the point.
Yeah, that like he's going to be on a very recently repaired Achilles, And it's not like they have the easiest schedule. Like, they have to win out, memes.
Yeah, which isn't happening.
But what if he got hurt again? Why would you want to risk that?
Yeah, I saw a tweet that said his other Achilles has the possibility to do the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it's true.
That is very true.
It would be very funny.
I don't know. This game, I feel like the Falcons, you have to – it's the Falcons here, but then the Falcons also, like Desmond Ridder could so easily throw 3 interceptions in this game.
Yeah, the thing is, the big question is how many points is the Jets offense going to give up?
Right.
The Jets offense is one of the worst defenses in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the Falcons score a touchdown,
or even like a short field goal.
I'm going to say if they score a touchdown, if there's any 6 involved, if they score a touchdown, the Falcons are going to win. If they defense doesn't score a touchdown against the Jets offense, I still think the Falcons are going to win.
So, Memes, are you in? You want to win this game?
I'm saying if we win, I'm all the way back in.
Got it. I guess 5-7 is. 5-7 does look not that bad.
Because you play the Texans, you play the Browns.
The Browns,
both of those teams are.
But
in the
again,
playoffs,
I'm just saying, like you have a chance.
But Aaron Rodgers on like a recently repaired Achilles behind that offensive line against Myles Garrett and the Browns defense. What
shotgun?
Yeah, actually, I didn't think of shotgun. Fuck, I didn't think of shotgun.
Get rid of the ball in 2 seconds.
Damn.
Hand it off.
I didn't think of shotgun.
Aaron Rodgers running shotgun only is better than Tim Boyle.
I actually agree with that. Aaron Rodgers with 1 foot in the shotgun formation is better than Tim Boyle. Yes.
He could just play and line up like a punter so that no one can touch him.
Have him be like
from that far
Yeah.
double shotgun.
Just make the field longer, but it's Aaron Rodgers.
Have him be in 50 cal formation.
Sure.
Memes, when he tore his Achilles, was he in shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He was?
Yeah, he was.
Dwayne Brown was playing, though. But he won't be in.
But so your day one offensive start, that's better? Your offensive line's gotten better?
Hasn't gotten better. It's gotten worse.
Okay. Has the field gotten better? Has the MetLife turf been improved?
We're trying to find a place where we can maybe agree with something you're saying. And we're digging deep.
We just need them to lose to agree.
Okay, all right. So so like lose and then it's over.
Yeah, lose and then it's over.
But win and it's Rodgers.
Win and it's Rodgers.
This could be this might be the worst win in New York Jets history if they win this game, and then Rodgers gets in.
I love this analysis.
But I feel like we've had this exact same conversation.
It'll be next week. We'll do the same thing.
About Aaron Rodgers.
It'll be 4-8.
And then Memes goes and he watches his Jets score 3 points on offense.
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe next week.
Yeah.
Maybe
they win next week. Rodgers time.
Younghoe Koo, the kicker for the Falcons, is now the all-time most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL.
Oh.
Because Justin Tucker's washed now.
Yeah.
So shout out Younghoe Koo. Jake, did I get it?
No. I know you're trying, though.
All right, what is it?
Falcons running back Bijan Robinson needs 62 scrimmage yards on Sunday to secure the title for having the most yards in his first 12 games of any Falcons rookie in franchise history.
I think it might be Bijan season.
I do too.
I think Arthur Smith he finally might listen to all the fantasy football nerds out there and say, okay, you want Bijan? We're going to build the entire plan out of Bijan. Go straight ahead.
Yes.
That word scrimmage, that's a weird word. Why do we call it the line of scrimmage?
That's a good question.
I've never thought about that.
Scrimmage
I've been
is only
watching
like
football
practice
all my
Are we
life.
high right now?
No, I
I-
wish I was high.
A confused
never thought
struggle
about
or
that.
fight. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I didn't know that was a...
That's the scrimmage is a confused struggle or fight. That's the first definition.
Oh, didn't know it. Because we always talk about scrimmage being like a practice game.
Yeah, but that's where to explain what happens in American football on the line of scrimmage, it is a confused struggle or fight.
It is.
Like if you watch it, you'd be confused what's going on.
Yes.
And they're struggling and fighting.
Hank has been in a scrimmage against words and reading his entire life.
Facts. Yeah. Okay, before we do the late games, Chevy. There's a new family with unstoppable grit, and they're the official partners of the Pardon My Take family, and that is the Chevy Silverado ZR2 family. The first ever Silverado heavy-duty ZR2 joins the franchise to make Chevy ZR2 the only truck brand with a full lineup of trucks ready for wherever your off-road adventures take you. With exclusive multi-matic DSSV dampers, rugged mud terrain tires, and up to 14 available camera views, the Chevy Silverado ZR2 and Silverado HD ZR2, a family with commanding and unstoppable grit. Head to Chevy.com, check out Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks of Pardon My Take. We love Chevy. We're a Chevy podcast, so shout out Chevy. We appreciate you. Go check it out right now. The Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy Silverado ZR2s, the Chevy ZR2s, excuse me. The official trucks of Pardon My Take. Tell them Pardon My Take sent you when you go to Chevy. Okay. Panthers at Bucks. Frank Reich gone.
Frank Reich gone.
Chris Tabor.
Did you do some research on Chris Tabor?
Well, he coached one game for the Bears when Matt Nagy had COVID. He's a fiery guy.
So the fun fact that I found about Chris Tabor is that he coached one game for the Bears.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we know about him. Might be. I'm of the mindset
We lost that game.
that any interim coach is better than Frank Reich right now. Like just something different.
Yeah.
Is good for the Panthers.
He is a fiery guy. I kind of like a special teams coach being named interim head coach because he usually has like a pulse on like the dogs of the locker room,
Yeah.
the grinders. So I'm good with that. Also Thomas Brown, who we talked about earlier in the season, because remember Frank Reich gave him offensive play calling duties. They won a game. Then he took it away 3 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
He's back calling plays. It seems like the players want him to call plays, so that might be good. And Baker Mayfield's a little banged up. I'm talking myself into the Panthers.
I don't know if you should do that.
I know.
I don't know if you should do that at all.
Just
But
realized-
the interim head coach bump is a real thing. And the Panthers, we talked about it earlier with the Raiders and their interim situation. The Panthers are actually the perfect candidate to do our theory of just putting a different interim coach in every single week. Just somebody that has like a tenuous connection at best to the Charlotte area, bringing them in and being like, okay, now it's your week. Because I think in this circumstance, like players will respond to just a change.
Yeah.
No matter what the change is.
Anything different. Anything different.
I was
Yeah.
also thinking about David Tepper more this week. He is a classic example of a billionaire who is used to just having things done, almost like the wave of a magic wand. If you're a billionaire, your life is so easy that you just say you want something and then it happens. Having $1 billion is a magic wand.
Yes.
For anything. Like, oh, I want a new plane. Okay, here's a new plane I have.
And it's not even you have to do it. You just have to tell someone plain.
Yeah, just be like, hey, spend my money on this so that I can
Yeah.
have it. And then it just happens. Everything happens for you. Once you get to a competitive sports league, you no longer have the magic wand.
Correct.
You can't just be like, wild card.
Plain. Yeah.
I want
Boat.
playoff appearance. It's not like that anymore.
Clean house.
And Tepper is very, very confused with not having his magic wand ability work right now.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's very fun to watch because he doesn't seem like the best guy.
Nope.
Not a guy I want to work for.
You know, he bought, when he was at Goldman Sachs, he didn't get a promotion, and eventually he goes off, starts his own hedge fund. His former boss didn't promote him.
Yeah.
He was so pissed off at his former boss. He bought his former boss's house,
Yes, I remember this and tore it down, right?
destroyed
Yes.
it, razed it to the ground, and then built a bigger house where his former boss's house used to be.
I'm a David Tepper fan now.
Yeah, I mean, I
Grudge God.
would not want him running my football team.
No.
However, I appreciate it when like a billionaire does cartoon billionaire shit.
He definitely has had that conversation in a meeting where it's like, what if we just tear down another team's stadium?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would we win the game?
Yeah. What if we bribe? I'll bribe them.
Yeah.
He's probably tried to bribe his opponents.
If we blow up someone's stadium, would they forfeit? Would we win? Have I found a way to a perfect season?
Yeah.
It blows up every stadium.
I need to have
It's like Bane.
I gotta have Hard Knocks David Tepper.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be sick,
yeah.
wouldn't it?
It's going to be the Bears, though, because it's going to be Harbaugh.
What do you mean?
Like, Harbaugh's going to come to the Bears, and they're going to do Hard
Oh, the Hard Knocks. Yeah. I mean like just following David Tepper.
Oh, I would want to, yeah.
His entire life.
Yeah, I want to see. Oh, you're saying that, yeah. I was saying, like, who's going to be Hard Knocks next year if David Tepper
Yes.
was featured would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, if you have a new head coach. you
Oh,
can
yeah, that's
do it,
right. That's
So
right. So David Tepper. Oh, no, they're going to have a new head coach, too. Shit.
Shit. Who do we want? We need to start thinking about that for next year. Run it back with the Jets.
Could be the Patriot, Arthur.
New head coach.
Yeah, new head coach. Yeah, okay. We'll start making our predictions. Okay, nerd nugget for this game. I am going to take the Panthers, and I'm going to regret it. I just want that on the record.
A duo of Bucks defensive players lead the league in rookie tackle for loss leaders. Kalijah Kancey tied for first among rookies with 8, while Yaya Diaby is right behind with 7 TFL this season.
Yeah.
So the future of the Bucks defense is bright.
Nice.
I guess so. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
One anonymous Bucks fan, I won't say their name, but they work at this office and they're annoying as fuck, gave me a tip to bet on Elijah Kancey to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's like, at the very worst, you'll have a lucrative cash out option later on.
Okay.
So that was a fucking lie,
Yeah.
and that's my nerd nugget.
Well, he's the top rookie tackle for loss leader.
We could get the spin zone going.
He is the top rookie tackle. For loss.
He's got 8 of them.
Yeah.
8?
That's what I just said.
Hey,
yeah,
That's a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And Yaya Diaby right behind him
Stop.
with 7.
Oh,
Stop
Max,
shaking your
don't
head,
shake
Max.
your fucking head.
Okay, I'm gonna say something nice about Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
That play that he had where he chased down Josh Allen last week. You remember we were watching?
Yeah.
the
that was
Gambler
Jordan
Cave?
Davis,
Oh, that's Jordan Davis. That
Davis.
wasn't Jalen
Yeah.
Carter.
which
You're right.
is more impressive because he's like 50 pounds.
I'll say something
Yeah.
nice about
Yeah.
Jalen Carter. It's still unclear whether he was reprimanded by a police officer or not.
Okay, that's nice.
How is that nice?
Actually,
Well, I said
That's
it's still unclear.
That's just like stating a fact.
That it's still unclear.
Yeah,
Right, so he might not have done it. That's nice.
but you're not even saying that he didn't do
Oh,
it.
he didn't do it.
There you go.
oh wait, when he was at Center City
Yeah.
and they were going through a self checkout line.
Target.
And he
Oh,
apparently.
you know a lot about this case, huh?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
going on there, Max? A
I-
lady that he
nothing.
was with stole something, and
Did
Nothing.
they ever find the bike that hit Kelly Oubre?
That is weird. I still don't know anything about that.
or the car?
Yeah.
that would actually be funny if
A bike?
if it was a bike.
Yeah.
He was holding a bike, but there wasn't talks of the bike.
And this was
Whatever. Jordan Davis
This was
is-
the part
or-
of my take segment where we just read Jeff Nadeau's.
Yeah. Jalen Carter, defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Did they ever find the guy in Mexico that killed all those people in the cartel?
I don't listen. I like Jalen Carter, but how many tackles for loss does he have?
Kalijah Kancey was just named NFL Defensive Rookie of the Month for November.
Of the month. Whoa.
4 hours ago.
Whoa.
And
Max,
November's over.
that's incredible.
He did it.
So Jalen Carter, how many? You didn't get back to me. How many tackles for loss does he have?
I don't
How many
memorize
rookie-
his
how
stats.
many-
Is it more or less than 8?
How many defensive rookie of the
Less.
months has he won?
Let's see.
Okay, go check that. 0?
Kalijah Kancey, he's built different.
He is.
He really is. One of one.
Was it with a C or a K?
Kalijah.
K, I believe.
No,
K.
C.
C.
And his last name is K. His last name is
Yeah,
K.
I thought you were asking about his last name.
You had a 50-50 shot?
I thought you were asking about his last name. It's a K.
I don't know if he has any.
Let's see what the lucrative cash out option is like right now. I think it's like $3.
All right. He doesn't have any.
I don't think he has
So
any.
Kalijah Kancey.
0?
Kalijah Kancey with a K.
Your boy has 0 tackles for loss, and you think
No, I was talking about rookie of the month.
Rookie of the month. And
He has 4 sacks.
Kalijah
No,
Ka-
well, sack.
Kalijah
Well, it's at
Ka-
least 4 then. That's a tackle for loss.
Yeah. So he's got no rookie of the months, and Kalijah Kancey with the K has
at least 1.
1.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
6 for Jalen Carter.
Okay.
Not 8.
It's not 8.
It's not 8.
I'm looking at my cash out. Oh, cash out unavailable now.
Oh, that's
Okay.
because they know it's about to
It's about to pop.
All right, Browns at Rams. Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco, baby.
Is it?
Is it Joe Flacco?
I don't know.
It is. It is.
It is.
From what I'm hearing, it is.
Hell yes.
DTR is still in the protocol. Usually you don't recover. You don't get out of the protocol in a week. It's happened like one time. So he's still dealing with that. And I don't think that they have any designs on going back to PJ Walker.
No, I think this is very funny that the Browns fans have to root for Joe Flacco.
It is very funny. Per the offense coordinator of the Browns, Alex Van Pelt, he said Flacco still has an elite arm. So listen, I've staked my entire reputation on Joe Flacco possibly being elite.
This is going to be a great test too. Like Joe Flacco's well past being old. He's very old, and when we last saw him, he looked terrible. But like, could a once good quarterback who's now old be better than a 22-year-old that doesn't know how to play football?
It's a possibility.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Well, here's the thing with Flacco is when we last saw Joe, he looked like he couldn't move at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gotten better at moving around. I think basically Joe Flacco was like, I've got 7 kids or 6 kids. It kind of sucks being in the house all the time.
Yeah.
It would be nice to just get out of there for Sundays at least.
Yeah.
So I think that was his big motivation on getting back to the NFL. But the arm looks good, elite, in fact.
Yeah. I'm in on the Rams though this week. The Browns defense is very good, but they also have had a few games where they've really feasted on some unfortunate situations. Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada, Clayton Tune. Remember Clayton?
Yeah,
Tune?
I remember him. That was wild.
So there's 4 games that they've held their opponents to 10 points or less. Joe Burrow week 1 when he was still hurt. Ryan Tannehill, bad. Clayton Tune, bad. Matt Canada, Kenny Pickett. Browns' defense is still very, very good. I'm just saying more. The point is Matt Stafford is better than the 4 I just listed.
He's much better.
Joe Burrow, Clayton Tune, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Canada, Kenny Pickett.
I just hope that Joe Flacco and Aaron Donald don't get to meet each other at all.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad.
Yeah.
I can tell you who's going to win that.
I want the Browns to hold on and get to the playoffs so bad. I just
too.
don't know. It's
You never know though. Flacco, he's still got that arm.
Flacco could. I do think Flacco will have at least a game that surprises us.
Yeah, you remember that comeback that he had?
Yeah.
On the Jets? Was that Jets?
It was against the Browns.
Jets-Browns,
Yeah.
right? Dude, Flacco still might have it.
They played at Rams, Jaguars at home, Bears at home, at Texans. That's okay. All right, come on, Browns.
You know where
hold
it got real bad with Flacco was when he was on the Jets. He was struggling to backpedal and turn around and hand the ball off.
Mm-hmm.
That movement was tough for him.
Yeah, he's got to stay loose.
He's got fresh legs though.
He's got fresh legs.
He's part of the game.
Okay, Nerd Nugget.
Before the Nerd Nugget, I think it's worth telling you guys that the Browns stayed out west
Yeah, they did.
Yep, good point.
from Denver, and they practiced at UCLA this week, and it's supposed to be a homecoming for DTR, but he might not play.
Yeah,
So
Myles Garrett banged up.
he is playing though.
He's playing,
Yeah.
but I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know if he's 100%.
if Joe Flacco is going to play for the Browns this weekend, keep in mind he is 2-0 against the Rams. They were the St. Louis Rams for both games in 2011 and 2015. In the pair of wins,
That's terrible.
the average
terrible
awesome
nerd.
stat.
344
No,
passing
Yep.
yards per game.
Yep. Yeah, he's a Rams killer.
Yeah, 2 games, average 344.
They call him Silverado because he destroys the Rams. It's way better than the Rams.
2011.
I mean, I like it
2015.
because it's funny because it's means nothing. You think it means something, so it's like
Hey, what if
it's
he
a
goes off?
stat that I like because ironically.
If he goes off this week,
Yeah, then I guess
You were
we'd have to
warned.
say, yeah, then I'll say if he goes off this week and the Browns win this game on Sunday night, I'll say, Jake, you were right. He is the Rams killer.
I'm just reporting facts.
What is going off for Joe Flacco this weekend? We should define that because it needs to be on a scale of
200 yards.
to over 200 yards,
Multiple passing touchdowns.
Two passing touchdowns.
2 passing
Yeah.
touchdowns, 1 interception,
Yeah.
and 1 40-yard pass that's 10 yards underthrown for a pass interference.
Yeah. I'd like to see 2 of those.
I mean, I would love to see the entire offense built
2
out
of
of
those.
it.
Okay. Game, the crown jewel of Sunday. Niners at Eagles. Niners at Eagles.
Do you feel disrespected, Max? Because I feel disrespected for you.
No, I mean, yes, it's disrespectful, but I'm happy to see that line.
Yeah, Stefanski is so excited.
The boys are going to be fired up. I think this is going to be the first game in a while that, like, right out of the gate, we're humming. I think they could be humming too, but like,
I think the
gotta
Niners
hum
have
off.
talked a lot of shit.
and they
have to back it up.
Debo just keeps talking shit. He just
know.
keeps going on different shows and continuing to talk shit. Like, I don't like the Eagles didn't do anything wrong. The fact that
No, I don't think they're talking shit. Like
they
I'm
are.
not saying they did anything wrong.
Are you saying that the Niners are bullies?
Are they,
No.
Did Debo say the Eagles have done wrong things?
I'm not saying that.
What did
I'm just
Debo
saying
say?
like, what do you expect the Eagles to do? Is
What-
all I'm saying.
Nothing.
No, but what did
Yeah.
Debo say?
But you
He just keeps talking shit.
What is he saying?
Well, he keeps talking shit on James Bradbury. Says that James Bradbury is trash, and then people keep asking him about it. And he's like, "I said what I said, and I'll say it again." And
do you think James Bradbury's trash?
he's not having a great year, but
Oh,
last year he
okay.
wasn't trash.
So you're talking shit.
Talking
Max.
shit.
I didn't say he's
Who was the
trash. I
guy-
said he's not having a
who
great
was the guy
year.
who had the penalty at the end of the game in the Super Bowl?
That was a fake ass penalty.
Who was it though?
That was a fake ass penalty.
was it?
It was James Bradbury.
Oh shit!
But he had a good year last year.
But if you're Stefanski, this is the best news you could hope for is to be underdogs at home.
Wait,
This is-
Sirianni.
Sirianni. I always mix those two up.
Yeah.
Sirianni is absolutely jacked up. He gets to put on like Rocky in the locker room. Here's what it's like to be an underdog in this city. He gets to lean into it big time.
I just Max isn't gonna like what I say. He's gonna jump down my throat if I say anything.
No, say it.
The Eagles have the defense, especially. They played 92 snaps on Sunday.
Okay.
That's a lot of snaps. They had a big win against the Chiefs on Monday. I just feel like I feel like the Niners have this game circled more than the Eagles can. And I think that like this will be the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles will probably beat them in the NFC Championship game. But I feel like this Sunday it's Niners.
Sure.
Is that fair?
I mean, I disagree.
Okay.
I also think that the Eagles are
Max
probably
is in peak. Like if you say the Eagles might lose, fuck
All
you.
I didn't say you
No, I
asked
know.
me if
No,
that's
no,
fair, and I
okay.
said I disagree.
Okay.
Max, are you pissed off at the 49ers that they've been doing a lot of like every media opportunity they get, they talk about how they would have beaten the Eagles in that game if they had a quarterback.
I get it, but like we still kicked their ass. Like I get that they didn't have a quarterback. We still put up points. Like they still couldn't stop the offense. So like what's that? Like where's the explanation there?
Yeah. Well, their explanation is we didn't have a functional quarterback.
But how does that affect the defense?
It doesn't. They're just saying like the entire game was thrown off because and field position, all that shit. They couldn't.
But that
move the
just
ball.
means like okay, that just means that
You know that I'm agreeing with you on this.
I know,
I'm saying
I
like
know,
if
I
I
know,
was
I
an
know,
Eagles
I
fan,
know.
I would be upset by that.
You're just getting you're in your red zone. Like it's
Well,
like
he's
Max gets maybe it's the green zone where you become the Hulk.
He's gonna
Whatever
have to-
we say, you're just gonna be like "Ah."
I think if we were on the road, we would lose this game. But being at home helps.
I think you're.
It's also supposed to be another rainy game, like shitty rainy.
I mean
game.
that helps both teams.
Yeah.
I don't think that helps. Yeah,
The Niners can run the ball.
yeah, I know. Obviously, but I'm not saying that helps or hurts anything. That's just an observation.
Have you heard the Kelsey Christmas album?
No, I did hear the song. I mean, I did hear the song between the brothers. which
Yeah.
is-
R.I.P. Shane McGowan. They did the Pogues Fairy Tale of New York, but they did about Philly.
yeah.
It was pretty good. It was actually
But it
pretty
was
good.
also interesting. Travis Kelce singing about Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Well, his girlfriend's from there. Around
Kind
there.
of, kind of.
Mhm.
I love Jason Kelce has a beautiful voice. He's a beautiful man.
Surprisingly good voice. I
All
think
starts though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
false starts were bad.
False
I
starts
think he
were
had the
really
shit.
bad.
I think he had the shit. We've all
Also,
been there.
Jordan Mailata has a
Yeah, I
great
have.
voice too.
Jordan Mailata actually
has an incredible
It's
voice.
an
not
incredible
fair.
voice. Like Jason Kelce has a nice man's voice.
Yeah.
Like there's something that's like the neighborhood bar guy who can get up on the karaoke and be like, "Oh yeah, that guy's got a good voice." Jordan Mailata has like real
He
voice.
sang a Mariah Carey song, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's
Unreal.
He's got talent.
Wait,
my
so
man's got pipes.
PFT, are you going to bet the Eagles in this game?
I'm retired. Actually, no, I'm going to be unretired by Sunday.
Okay.
I think. No, I'm going to bet that.
Oh, you dick! I thought you were going to be on my side.
You didn't even let me
You
finish.
didn't let him
Okay.
finish.
Well, you said no. The answer.
I'm
he
going
asked
to
you
bet.
the
I'm going to
question,
bet props.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
That means nothing to me.
Okay. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense.
All right. Yeah, that's also true. Nerd Nugget time.
Got tagged in this one a lot. This is game 2 in the 49ers bird gauntlet of a schedule.
Oh.
Last week, Seahawks. This week, Eagles.
This is
then
one you should
Seahawks.
have gotten, PFT.
I
Then
know.
Cardinals. Then Ravens.
PFT
Yeah,
washed.
I am washed.
Yeah, I mean, that
you're the bird
Silver
gauntlet.
Cloud.
I'm the bird gauntlet. But Jake, I think you're misusing the term bird gauntlet because the true bird gauntlet is playing against every single bird team in the NFL. You didn't mention the Falcons.
Yeah, well, still a gauntlet.
It is. It's not,
It's not the
no,
complete
No,
bird
it's no, it's
gauntlet.
not a gauntlet. The bird gauntlet is playing against all of the bird teams, and no NFL team has ever beaten the bird gauntlet. It's never happened.
Never happened.
I don't think it probably hasn't been scheduled.
Yes, it has. Wrong. Wrong.
What?
Nerd nugget incorrect.
What?
Nerd nugget of the week. No team has ever beaten every bird team in a single season in the history of the NFL, and it has been scheduled multiple times.
Well,
Yeah, go
Well-
check your little spreadsheets.
the Seahawks are twice here, so it could be 6 games.
Yeah, it could be. Never happened.
Okay.
Check your bird facts. That's a bird brain on your part, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay, last game, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs Packers. I think the Packers might be pretty good.
No, the Packers are good. The Packers are fine. That's what I'll say about them. They're fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to watch this game. I just hope Mahomes plays well,
I think he will.
beats him.
I think he will. I think the offense, they might have something going with Rashee Rice.
Yeah, this is we did lose because the flex. Hank's team was the first team to ever get flexed out of Monday Night Football.
Yep.
They should actually have to announce it that way too.
Mhm.
Like we're flexing out because of this team.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the Chiefs. So we do lose the moment that we talked about, the Michelle Beisner-Buck moment where she's talking to Patrick Mahomes being like, these guys are really coming along. So we'll have to find it somewhere else.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in that. Did you see what Tyreek Hill said about leaving the Chiefs?
Yeah, he didn't get invited over, right?
He felt like he was their side piece, and he's never been a side piece before. And Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce over to his house all the time and never had Tyreek Hill over.
Damn.
Which sucks.
Brutal.
Like, I wonder what might have been.
Damn.
They probably played a lot of like Call of Duty with each other, right? They were in LAN parties.
It also matters like how much. Like, was Patrick Mahomes inviting Travis Kelce over every week? Because then that is kind of fucked up.
Then that is weird.
You know what I mean? Like, if it was like, oh, Travis Kelce got invited over once that Tyreek Hill didn't,
Yeah.
whatever, grow up, dude. But, like, yeah, if they had, like, a standing date
Yeah.
and he wasn't invited, that's messed up.
I think all of you guys have been to my house, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not Max. Yeah, not
Don't
Max.
let him in.
Well, that's
Don't let
because
him
I have
in.
a dog,
Yeah, don't let
so he
him
didn't want to come over.
Don't let him in.
Fact or fiction, Max? I asked you to dog sit. You said no.
It was over Labor Day weekend.
All right. Nerd Nugget for the last game.
Do.
Okay.
Oh my
Nerd
God.
nugget of the week.
That was a worse one than the first time you did it.
You guys liked it.
Part of my soul dies every time.
This one also went viral this week. Aaron Rodgers in his first 11 games as a starter, 2,599 passing yards and 21 total touchdowns. Jordan Love in his first 11 games as a starter, 2,599 passing yards and 21 total touchdowns.
It felt personal to Big Cat that you made that the Nerd Nugget of the week.
Yeah,
That doesn't
I
say
hate
that they
the Nerd
won
Nugget.
games.
It just felt personal.
it did. I took it personally.
That could have
Okay.
been just any other Nerd Nugget.
I took it
You-
very
Zach
personally.
Jacobson.
You did the trumpets and everything.
Yeah,
Well, I was extra proud this time because you were mocking
because
it.
it was personal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it deserves to be mocked.
Get your
Fine.
bird
We need to
facts.
keep the world in order.
That was my
Fine.
that was my bird nugget of the week, Jake.
Bird nugget. Have it. Oh, you should come up with bird nugget.
I'll do it, but yeah, now I'm doing bird nugget of the week
For every bird team?
Because listen, I've been on the bird beat for.
That's
a long
what I'm
time.
saying. That was yours.
Well, it wasn't even a good one because it didn't involve. He misused
Yeah.
the bird
Well-
gauntlet.
I didn't make the name up.
Yeah, the bird gauntlet is a different thing. The bird gauntlet is
Okay, so
all
blame,
that's-
blame the internet for making it up.
that's the crown jewel.
I'm just repeating
crown
information.
jewel.
I'm not creating any
Get
of
a
this
crown
information.
jewel counter up here. It's a crown jewel. Okay, let's.
Jake, for the record, I like the Nerd Nuggets.
Thank you.
I like
Wait,
the nerd
but I want
nuggets.
you guys
I
to make
didn't
fun of
like
them.
that
It's
one.
fine.
I didn't like that one.
Fine.
And I didn't like the sound.
Well, I had an extra one for this game just in case you stole this one.
Or do it.
Announcer jinx. Kicker Harrison Butker is a perfect 20 for 20 on field goals and 28 of 28 on extra points this season. Another kicking performance this week. He'd be the first Chiefs kicker to ever be perfect through his first 12 games of a season and the 7th kicker in NFL history to do it.
Okay, so he'll miss.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Bet him to miss.
I might.
not?
You know what? I might flip it and reverse it. Get back in on the doinks.
It hasn't been done since 2016. Justin Tucker.
I might bet a
12
doink.
games
doink
without
prop.
a miss.
I might bet a doink.
Can you
doink
do
prop.
that for a regular season?
I think for a standalone primetime game,
Yeah, we'll find it.
You might be able to.
Find it.
Might snow.
Might
Oh,
snow.
doink in the snow.
Doink in the snow would look great.
We'll see.
Yeah, get a little like flurry of snow falling off the top of the goalpost.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Okay, so let's do our picks. Give us the standings. We killed it last week.
Yes, we went 14-4 as a group.
Look at that. We know ball.
We know ball.
It also was one of those weeks where like all the favorites covered. And,
Yes.
Like all the squares won, and I hate when I find that out on Monday when it's like I had a great week. They're like Vegas got killed.
And then whatever happens the next week is going to be the
bloodbath.
complete opposite.
Bloodbath.
So for the 15-minute opening act in Las Vegas between the booth, I have 14.5 points. Max has 14. Memes has 13.
Oh, tight race.
Very
Tight race. And the main event, 1 hour in Las Vegas. Big Cat, 15.5. PFT, 15. Hank, 11.5.
Oh.
Hank did win the head-to-head against Big Cat for the
did.
Packers. So that was huge. That's
Yeah.
a 2-game swing.
Good
So-
job, Hank.
So we have 12 picks left, and Hank is down by 3.5 points. Far from over.
Yeah, far
I think
from over.
I had the over in the Monday night game, right?
Yes.
That was an
That
all-time
was-
bad.
that was bad.
That was bad.
That was bad. Okay, who's going first?
I believe it's Big Cat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also, we have a pancake update. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Pancakes. Hank continues to dominate with 40. Max is 31. I have 29. PFT 24. Big Cat and Memes 23.
Okay.
Okay.
What a comeback from your boy.
All right, I'm going first. I'll take the Falcons -2. They can't lose to the Jets.
Against the Jets.
That's a good
Boyle's
pick.
so bad.
That's a good pick.
Am I second or last?
You're last.
I think I'm second, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with Road Dogs, the Denver Broncos, plus 3.5 at the Houston Texans.
I'm going to go with the Lions, minus 4.5 against the Saints. They've been waiting on this since Thanksgiving. They're going to crush them.
Oh, crush them.
I am going to take the Commies. Too many points at home.
Wow.
9.5
Oh, he
against the
doesn't believe in
Dolphins.
his team.
It's a shame.
What?
He doesn't believe in his
You
team.
don't believe in the Birds.
+3 was sitting right there.
I never take the Eagles.
Oh,
in
okay.
this.
Okay.
I think Max is feeling
I've
added
done it
pressure
once.
this week about this game because he's going to have to watch it.
Yeah. And his foot
This is
stinks.
bullshit. My foot is pretty much better.
Pretty much better. Pretty much
Wait.
better foot.
Yeah.
Okay, memes.
I'm going to go with Chargers minus 5.5.
Okay.
Against
Hank,
Patriots.
double dip.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs -6
Okay.
and
Against the
Browns
Packers.
Rams under 40.5.
Ooh, I like it. Spicy.
New quarterback.
Joe Flacco, he's not new. He's old.
He's new for them.
Yeah.
New system. Not gonna score.
New system.
Browns defense is good.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco is a system.
Okay, memes.
Game goes through
Whipping
Joe.
it back around.
I'll go Colts Titans over 42.5.
Okay.
All right.
Maxie.
I like taking the Colts overs. That's been good.
I will go Cardinals Steelers over 41.5.
Fuck, that's what I wanted.
Over?
Okay.
Yeah.
41.5. I will go Chargers Patriots under 40.5.
I mean,
That's
not
good.
not a bad bet, but
You think it's going to go over?
no, I'm saying it's not a bad bet.
Game I don't want to watch.
Just the game.
Yeah, 40.5.
All right. 50.
I'm going to take the Dolphins Commies over. 49.5.
I like it.
49.5.
All right. I guess I'll just do it because I'm going to watch the game. It's system play. Game's going to be on TV. I'm going to watch it. Niners Eagles over 47.5. System play.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's going to rain.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Damn. That's definitely not going to hit. I'm 0-1. That's not going to hit. I just know that's not going to hit. Fuck. Okay. All right. Fantasy Fuccbois. Then we get a long interview with Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall. Hank?
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, yo,
What
yo.
up?
My name's Elonian Misconian.
Hey, Alonian.
Alonia
Is
Misconian.
that Italian?
Musconian.
You a fellow?
My stardom,
Yeah.
Ryan Shazier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a literary expert. Guy knows his books. Guy knows his reading.
Volume 2.
Well-educated man.
Volume 1, How to Suck a Dick. Volume 2, How to Suck Another Dick.
In a butt. Dick and butts.
Dick, you suck a dick in a butt?
Dick butt kiss.
My situm is advertisers.
Oh.
Go fuck yourself.
We
Go fuck yourself.
no,
Love
I
him.
disagree.
Love him.
Coors Light, ice
What are you
cold.
talking about?
I'm Elon Musconian.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
okay.
Elon
All
Musconian.
right.
Now I got it.
Go fuck yourself.
I didn't understand it.
Earth will judge you.
And my sleeper is body armor. I've been drinking this stuff all week. It's God's nectar. I just want to give you guys a cheers.
Cheers.
boys.
Cheers.
Drink some body armor, Big Cat. You don't want to get involved.
Cheers.
Love this stuff. Love you guys.
Love you
You want
guys.
to drink some PFT?
Yeah, I certainly do. I'm not
Delicious.
I'm not PFT.
What's your name?
Hey, what's up, dickheads?
Hey, what's up,
It's
dickhead?
me, Tommy DeVito again. Very excited about not having to work this weekend. It's the Italian way. Taking a labor break. My stardom, I'm starting Christmas trees. It's that time of year again. Christmas trees. Go get your Christmas trees. Get your Fraser firs again. Get your Fraser firs.
Get the pure white.
Don't get the pure white. We're doing trees, not pure white.
Pure
okay?
white.
Santa might be dumping some sack down my chimney, but I don't want to see you guys dumping those sack up your nose, okay? My situm is Henry Kissinger. Henry, R.I.P. Rest in piss, bozo. You won't be missed. Off a cliff, huh?
Guy knows a guy.
Guy knew.
Ravel had a beautiful obituary for him.
He did. Do you want to discuss Ravel's obituary?
Yeah, he
'Cause
deleted it, though.
Very good.
Yeah, he said, incredible life by this guy. Nobel Peace Prize, Secretary of State, Nixon Ford, hired a security advisor under JFK. That was the first half of his life.
Incredible.
And he deleted it.
And we're not going to say what he did as security advisor or the stuff.
He yada, 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 a lot of shit.
He was kind of the Joe Flacco of international politics, just throwing bombs.
Yeah.
Some of them landed where they should, some didn't, most of them didn't. Rest in piss, Bozo. You won't be missed. And then my sleeper this week, for my sleeper, I'm taking Kenny Pickett, baby.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's he's been unlocked.
Yeah.
He's been, like fresh out of jail. Excited to get back in the real world, civilian life. He was in the middle of the field. Kenny Pickett, big time sleeper.
Okay, what's up, fuckheads? It's Silvio Berlusconi. My stardom this week is my guy Bobby Petrino getting rehired at Arkansas. He's a real pervert like me.
I love that.
I fucking love a pervert like that who'll break his face for his guma.
He looks like he needs a book on how to suck a dick with all that neck brace he's wearing.
My situm is Shannon Sharp. He's brushing his teeth 5 times a day.
Well, yeah, when you got
The fuck?
chompers like a horse.
The fuck?
a
5
lot of
times a
brushing.
day. The fuck? That'd be blood everywhere. My gums bleeding. And my sleeper, I had Elon Musk as well because he's been sleeping around where. Well, no, he hasn't been. Has he been sleeping around? He probably sleeps around.
Probably sleeps around.
But that fucking coat that he was wearing at the whatever the thing was that he was at, I don't even fucking know,
Conference.
dude.
I was at a conference.
Chill the fuck out.
He
You're
looked
not a fucking Top Gun pilot.
looked like a Tuskegee Airman.
Yeah, what
He's
the
African
fuck?
American.
Okay, that was that really was that Elon Musk like press conference. Someone, I can't remember, maybe it was Rich Eisen. He was like, I love the new season of Succession. And it really was like a scene from Succession.
His face looks like it's running away from his mouth.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he's melting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Credit to PFT for not drinking the piss there. I went for it.
What do you mean?
That's your piss bottle.
Oh fuck! I did take a sip out of it.
Oh, you did?
Oh fuck!
That's still your piss bottle?
Oh, I forgot to throw away the piss bottle.
Wait, you drank piss just now?
Is that from the last show?
I just put a little bit on my lips and I was like, this doesn't taste good. And I didn't want to say anything bad
Oh
about
my
body
God,
armor.
he did.
Oh, I wanted you to take a bigger sip. You did. You took like a little half sip.
Oh, that's gross. You got to throw out your piss bottles, dude. That's
I know.
one of piss
I
bottles.
know it's day one stuff.
Yeah.
Hank, you son of a bitch.
Oh, Hank, you're good. You're good, you. You're good. What a moment.
Listen, I will admit when Hank gets me, it's not often he does.
got
But
you.
I
thought you knew because you kind of did like a little like. You
Well,
did,
here's
like,
what went
touch your lip.
Here's what went
It
through my
wasn't a
mind.
sip.
Okay, you were just talking shit about advertisers.
Mm-hmm.
I took a sip. I took a whiff of it with my nose, and I thought maybe I'd like there was some dip spit or something weird in there. I didn't want to say anything about it because it's body armor. So I put it down, and then you like take a little sip of it. I'll take a little sip of it. So I just wet my
No.
with my own piss. Good job,
Drink
Hank.
his own piss.
Good job, Hank.
Way to go, Hank.
Thank you.
Still
What a
got it.
moment.
I'm proud
Still
of you.
got it. Okay. Let's get to our interview. Great interview. We got Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall in studio. Brought to you by our friends at Body Armor. We love Body Armor. You see us drinking it all the time. PMT is brought to you by Body Armor. Real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. Body Armor has great tasting flavors. My personal favorite, strawberry banana. I drink it. It's like drinking a smoothie in the morning. Gets you so hydrated. Feels good. It is the best. They also have blue raspberry. What do you got right there, PFT?
Orange mango.
Orange mango, delicious. Body Armor is so good. It is the best. And the water bottles are perfect size. Not only do we hydrate with Body Armor, but some of the best athletes in the world do as well, like Christian McCaffrey, Joe Burrow, Ronald Acuna, CeeDee Lamb, and Bryce Young. All these athletes are drinking Body Armor. We have the Body Armor out on our basketball court. We have Body Armor everywhere. We love Body Armor, so thank you so much to Body Armor, a wonderful sponsor, one of our favorite sponsors, available in stores nationwide, but you can head on over now to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. Okay, here they are, Brandon Marshall and Cam Newton. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest.
Not too special.
Yeah, I mean, NFL MVP, national champion,
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner,
Cool hat guy.
cool hat guy.
Appreciate
It is
it.
Cam Newton.
Appreciate
He's
it.
in the studio.
It's an honor. guy.
Yeah, this is an honor to have you here.
It's a deal, bro. Like I told you before, like I fuck with the campaign that you guys are doing.
I
like
appreciate that. Oh, and here's Brandon Marshall. So Brandon Marshall's here as well. We just started. So these two
Fashionably
guys are
late.
doing a tour. It's called the I Am Iconic Tour.
yeah.
They're doing a show in Chicago. Where else we got on the tour?
Well, before we even get into that, what have you guys taken y'all show on a tour?
No,
On the road?
We haven't.
we need.
Why?
We're lazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yo, you guys are gonna love it.
So we travel a lot for work. Our thing with the tour is that we've always thought that if we were gonna go on tour, we'd have to make a show that's different. Like we didn't want to just sit on couches
Yeah.
and do our regular podcast. So then to come up with a unique show takes a lot of effort. We should do it.
It doesn't. I know you were asking us about to get into what we're doing here and everything, and that's exactly what we were able to do, is come together and just like, we're both creative, but in different ways, like super creative. And it's like, all right, we have 90 minutes. What does this look like? Right. Because you can go and it's just like sitting on couches and you think that you're going to see just Funky Friday or 4th and 1 or, I Am Athlete. And it's not that. It's like you get that, but then there's so many different elements. So
that's cool.
The live aspect to filling the audience.
Yeah.
Incorporating them too.
Yeah.
Do you have like any added visual aspects to it? Because that's something I thought about too. If we do a live show, it's like I would want to have something going on above us a little bit, make it look different in addition to being a different show.
I think that's essential. We have a cigar roller.
Nice.
You dig what I'm saying?
Wait, so how many tours dates are you doing? Because that's the other part of it, is that we wouldn't want to do a tour if we like we try to talk in a national way in terms of sports. Like obviously we have our teams, but we would feel like if we did like a 2 or 3 stop tour, a lot of our fans would be like, "What the fuck? Why don't you come to ours?"
The other dates are undisclosed at this particular moment.
Okay, I like
but
that.
we can tell you that this is one of 3 shows that's leading to the 4th show in Vegas.
We're actually going to do a live show in Vegas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Our buddy Hank is gonna do an hour of stand up. And he's done stand up before.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're excited about it. It's going to be pretty cool, and it's like how you guys are thinking. And I hate saying this, like we're here in Chicago, so tomorrow, Wednesday, at City Winery for people who want to get their tickets and come out and experience it. It's going to be an experience for sure. But what I hate saying is like, it's going to be phenomenal tomorrow. But as you grow and go, like so much more you learn. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger. Like when you talk about like the elements, video boards and things like that.
Yeah.
We're going to start adding some cool things because we're going to learn as we go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Cam, are you retired?
Good
No.
question.
No.
No.
Officially not retired.
No.
Have you been getting phone calls?
No.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't think I would ever retire.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm one of those guys.
So you can
I could see Cam like just coming back when you're 45 years old. Be like,
Not
that dude's an upgrade.
45. By that time, I would probably pull the Barstool move and made some real big strides in the media space. So
Okay.
Yeah.
if I were to come back at that particular point in time, it would be just for the fans.
It would be like Draymond Green. You could do a podcast and also play.
No, or
You
like
did that.
Brandon
No,
Marshall.
you did it. You did it. That's where Funky Friday was created.
Yeah.
When you
yeah.
was playing with the Pets.
I did, but I think no, it's not my steez.
If you had to play a game on Sunday, Brandon, how many catches would you get?
I mean, at tight end, I can get 10 catches. Receiver, 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slant, back shoulder type. Yeah, it's different out there.
Yeah.
It's definitely different. But tight end, you seen Gonzalez catch 110 balls when he was 40, right?
Yeah.
And it's just being savvy and understand how to get in certain positions.
But that position wasn't abreast to his skill set either. I don't think he does that in this day and age.
You don't think so?
I don't think that while Tony Gonzalez was playing, I don't think the outside linebacker position / cover safety was up to par what his skill set was offering. Guys like, Tony Gonzalez-esque, Shannon Sharp-esque,
Antonio Gates.
Yeah. Made ways for Greg Olsen, Travis Kelce, George Kittle. But teams were forced, Rob Gronkowski, how could we forget?
Yeah.
He was a monster.
That forced teams to get prepared for this movement of tight ends. Now we have National Tight End Day and things like that because these guys are really X factors in the space. So
you're saying I won't get 10 catches, basically what you're
I'm saying you will not get.
That's basically what he said. He said all that to say that I won't get 10 catches.
May get 3.
Is Cam always a hater like this?
No, he's a realist.
I'm a realist.
Yeah.
But I disagree with him because, it's like, all right, stick. We call stick.
Yeah, sticky.
Right? Any of
That's
those
easy.
routes. Like, come on.
In coverage, that's an easy catch.
And then I also like my matchup versus a safety There's only probably
But sticky, it's a linebacker that
what I'm saying,
or
like
zone.
for sure. But that's like zone. Like I can sit at any zone. I'll see it be able to get right there. But I'm talking about even if I have like, you put me outside, you put me outside, and I'm matched up 1-on-1 versus a safety. You don't like me on a go ball back shoulder?
I don't think that even happens with that.
Why?
Now 3rd and 2 to short, you could get that matchup.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There's one. There's a catch.
There you go. That's one.
There's one.
But now my question
is one. Is another one.
My question is to him. It's not how many catches you would have. It's how many yards would you have? Because that catches is like sticky is going to average out about 6 to 10 yards with a broken tackle.
Oh, I'm still right now to this day. Like I'll go run. I can run 20 miles per hour. I can. My speed is still there. The problem is when you get older, can you stop?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And then actually that quick twitch muscle at the line of scrimmage. That's what I'm talking about in the matchup at wide receiver. But if I get the ball in my hand, well, no. The other problem is, can you take a hit?
Yeah, the
That's
yak.
the other thing. You get up here like, oh, you hit me.
Like, yo.
Your yak would probably be like negative.
Yeah, right. Like I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, for sure. But even really for you, like you play that sport where you could get down. You know what I'm saying? It's like catch, get
Tyler
down.
Lockett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett does it.
Yeah.
You
Tony,
mentioned
down well.
Tony did that a lot. He
Yeah.
was not a bruiser. Greg was like that too. He was not like one of those guys that's going to deliver the blow. Gronk was a guy that was like, ouch, that hurts. I'm going to keep battering and boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Hold on, Tom. Let's get back to Cam real quick, because I've been asking him this question every time I get an opportunity. So you know what I feel? My gut says that because like he's built in his empire, media, da da da. I feel like this offseason you're going to like put pressure on. Like you ain't putting pressure on nobody right now.
Oh, you're gonna maybe work out.
Yeah, I feel like it's like yes. I feel like next year's the year you're gonna put pressure on people, and you're gonna be back in the NFL next year.
That's not too far off.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying? He has a plan.
That's not too far off. I'm just waiting on somebody to tick me off.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
you want us to do it?
Yeah.
Cam
I,
Newton's
I
washed.
don't think you got it anymore.
And you know
Cam
what's-
Newton sucks.
I think he cares too much about off the
that
field
doesn't
stuff.
Yeah,
affect.
he was so bad on the Patriots.
Yeah, I really wasn't though. Look at him now.
See, we're getting here. Here we go. Here comes the comeback.
Look at him now.
Cam Newton just doesn't love football enough.
Oh.
No, I think really for me, it's one of those situations where if I'm moved by it, I'm going to get moved by it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right spot, right place, right time.
Yeah,
you fire up like an
yeah.
Instagram video of you working out with that unusual
Bro, like
font
during
underneath.
the font.
Can we talk about the font?
Yeah, I post my way. Go download the app right now. It's 99 cents.
You have an app for it?
And you can write like Cam?
It's an app. It's a keyboard. People always ask, like, how do you type so fast? If you were to look at my phone right now and pull up how I type, it's a keyboard. So it gives me bop, 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 bop. And it's up.
How did you start
is
doing
your
that?
app?
What?
It's my app, bro.
What was the start of this? At one point, did you sit down and you're like, hey, regular text just doesn't have enough flavor to me. Like, I want to make my own fucked up alphabet.
No, it's not fucked up. It's more or less. If I were to give everybody a sheet of paper right now and I were to say, we love Blake Bortles
Yeah.
and, Barstool Sports media, and everybody has to write that.
Mm-hmm.
We all wouldn't type it the same. We wouldn't write the same. Why should we type the same? So
Like
This-
handwriting.
Yeah, but
Handwriting.
you're putting the onus on, like, does he text you in the weird font?
Bro, yes, it's
Yeah,
a real
you
thing.
put the onus on everyone else.
Yeah.
huh?
We all have to, like, when we read it, it's like, what is this?
It's one of those things that, we're not used to seeing media like this until Barstool was created.
Okay.
Now it's like,
You're
get in
changing
line.
minds, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Do you ever text real?
no.
Never. Like, what if it's an
Email.
emergency? Like, call the ambulance. You going to do that weird text? And people
I
are like,
text
what is
my
this?
mom.
Look, let me see.
When you-
Make sure ain't nothing.
Fill out your taxes online on TurboTax. You use the fucked up
I
font.
pay people to do that.
Yeah, I
on my
forgot.
behalf.
Yeah, you're rich.
That's incredible.
Congrats.
But this was the time I created it around 2016 when everybody was creating apps. Remember Kimoji? Remember
Yep.
Steph-moji?
Yes.
Like all these different things. And I was like, I don't want to just create a bunch of avatars. I was like, I want to do something that I'm going to use, right? And was going strong at the time. Was like, like I type and I didn't know how many different versions of A it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, how many is A? Then you got E, then you got I. I'm like, yo, I've never seen a Y like that. I was like, yo, I want to create my own app where I could type like this, and then boom.
I kind of respect that. So, did you ever text Belichick with that?
Of course.
Did he ask you any follow-up questions, or he was like, I guess maybe my phone's broken?
Well, no, I recant that. Not Belichick or Kraft, but initially, but over time, it was
Once you got to know them.
Once they got to know me.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you text them in regular font initially?
Until the
No, it was
cooling out process?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I didn't look. Everything about Cam Newton, in some ways, Brandon Marshall is like, okay, is he who we hear he is?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to kind of spook him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been dope if you like off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Boom.
Like ready to go, coach.
What's up, Coach? Let's get this.
Yeah, let's get it.
Part of my take is sponsored by BetterHelp. This time of year can be a lot. It's natural to feel some sadness or some anxiety about it, but adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot amid all the stress and change, something to look forward to make you feel grounded, and to give you the tools to manage everything going on. I've personally benefited from therapy in the past. It's helped me get through some tough times, through some loss. I recommend therapy. If you've been thinking about it, BetterHelp is a great place to start. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/PMT today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PMT. And now, here's more Brandon Marshall and Cam Newton.
What's the what is it? Dos Equis most interesting man
in the world, yeah.
Do you think that I feel like you might be top 5
Of what?
in the world, and he should probably do the spot now?
Yeah.
Most interesting man
Man
in the world. You never see the Dos Equis commercial?
People bow down in his.
Yes, yes.
People pray.
Yes.
But no, I think really, I don't drink, by the way.
Well, the reason why I said that is because like the hats and the tour, now we're spending a lot of time together. You know what I mean? We talk damn near every day, it feels like, or at least texting with the font, the crazy font.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he might hit me at 8:30 in the morning. He has the hat on.
Yeah.
He has a bow tie on or something. Like he's always dressed up. He's texting in this font. People always ask that question, like, really? Because sometimes I'll post like a little screen grab or whatnot. That's why I said, like, you might be the most interesting dude. It definitely in sports.
Wait, so the hat, I have a question about it. We have a theory, and this is from a fan's perspective. Did you ever bring a losing outfit too? Because like when you lose a game and then you're wearing like a yellow suit and like a weird feather hat, fans are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you ever think about bringing like a losing suit?
Never.
Never?
Never. One of the things that when people who knew me knew that whole Super Bowl post game interview, they knew something was wrong because I'd never enter a post game without being dressed.
Right.
I was still in my field attire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just but to that point, I never wanted to distract myself from the only focus being winning. So bringing a backup outfit would have distracted me to say, well, what if we do lose? Don't want to look like, fuck that.
Yeah, but maybe get like a trainer, like one of the trainers to like have just like a sweatsuit. You
Hell
don't have
no.
to pack it.
Yeah.
But like, here, Cam,
Hell,
I got
never.
just in case.
Borrow something from
Hell,
Derek
if anything,
You throw 3 picks, maybe we'll go a sweatsuit.
If anything, I would do the interview and in my outfit, and then on our way back home, I would then change. I ain't changing for shit.
So wait, you put on a bow tie at like 8 a.m.?
Yes, 7 a.m. when I'm taking the kids to school.
Do you get dressed up to go to sleep?
I get dressed up. No, I get.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Do you
Thank you.
wear
Great question.
pajamas
Thanks.
to sleep? Are you fashionable going to sleep? It's a great question. I
sleep-
like you.
sleep
I like you
naked.
too, Brandon.
You what?
I sleep naked.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Me too.
Yeah.
You had a clip the other day where you were talking about your penis, saying it was small.
No, it's average.
Okay, I don't like that you. Yeah, because like I know that it's probably not small, and I don't like you. Like you're encroaching on small guy dick territory.
We're encroaching.
I do have a small penis.
We're encroaching on suspect conversation.
Well, I'm just saying you're the
You
one who started it.
No, he started it.
No, but you started it with the clip.
Wait, I'm just gonna look up and see who started it. Cam Newton penis.
But it's
Is this one of those commercials? Is this the commercial where it's like, who said it first? Like, I challenged that?
BFT, it's bullshit because he's like, oh, I'm average. It's like, no, that's not fair because I have a small penis and that's not. You can't.
Every
This is our block. Get off our block.
Every man hero Cam Newton proudly states he has a very average size hog. We talking 6 inches?
We're talking.
Yeah, his average.
Well, is it average for your body size? Because that's different.
Barstool. Let's move forward.
No.
If you got a 6-inch dick and you're 6'6", then that looks tiny.
Listen, if you really want to find out, make sure you come to City Winery on Wednesday at 7:30. I'll be happy to give more insight to this question, and somebody will be finding out later that night.
So Brandon, your I Am Athlete, what you built has been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's the status of the beef right now that went viral a couple weeks ago?
I forgave them.
Okay, so what was the genesis of the beef? Yeah, because Cam was on it.
Cam Newton, he's really encouraged me to forgive, and the Bible says, 77 times.
Okay.
77 times. No, it's not that. I'm just messing around. Look, we did something special, and
what was to give the backstory?
Business.
People don't know.
It's just business, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you start out, hey, let's go sell a show, right? And there's no deals on the table, there's no contract signed, and then boom, it turns into this cultural social phenomenon. Things change, right? And
Can I say something?
Yep.
Brandon Marshall has not and did not do bad business.
Right.
Brandon Marshall is a person who mismanaged business.
It's a good. I don't like how you did that.
So, not signing contracts, that's not bad business. That's just mismanaged. It's
and it's also if you have friends involved,
correct.
It's always a little bit.
It could be conflict of interest.
Right.
You go.
It could be conflict of interest. But
yeah,
as you know, you guys built this empire of Barstool that we see Barstool Auburn, we see Barstool fucking Nanny. Like it's so many different prefixes of Barstool that we see now. Trying to buy shares or trying to buy a piece of the company today is different than trying to buy a piece of the company in 2012.
That's facts.
And I think when you see his situation, it's kind of tangled when it shouldn't be that hard to just say like, yo, bro, I wish we would have had more of understanding of what the real is.
Foresight of,
rather than just pushing it back like, yo, we're doing a tour, hold on, we'll handle this after. And then after that, it's something else that takes on. And that's where I think.
First time, too.
Say it again.
When you're doing it for the first time, you don't know what you don't know going into it.
Yeah, I mean, the vision was just to sell the show. That was it. I wasn't thinking about building a platform and, even morphing into where you guys are at today. That wasn't even it. It was like when I went out there and we started having conversations, started learning, and people were like, well, we want to own 60% of the IP. It's like, this is during the time in the pandemic where a lot of artists were talking about ownership and owning your IP. And so you start learning, and then you grow, you get stronger, you get smarter. But I would say after the first, once we got into it, we definitely invested we invested a lot of money into, offers and contracts. Me.
Yeah. And no one else put in money. So like that makes sense.
Right,
like when I was listening to you explain it, I was like, and so you've forgiven the guys.
Here's the reality. I'll say this and then we could I'm like kind of moving on.
Okay.
This is what I would say. It's like, what I've learned, right, in this process, it's not bad business like what Cam said. I've done things that were bad for business, right? And what that means is, sometimes just taking things too personal, right? Sitting down with some of the guys and, after 6-7 months having certain conversations, then it's like, it's back in the locker room or we're on the field and that conversation, like, no, like this is business, boardroom talk. You got to be able to separate the two. You can't take this personal. So there's times I may have said things, my tone have changed, and that's that's what's been bad for business, right?
Yeah.
But no, we've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars just in attorneys coming in and building out platform and infrastructure and all of those things. So they're in a great place. Like, they're crushing it, and for me, my journey is a little different. Like, now I'm not building podcasts, I'm building platform. And so it's going to look a little different, but for sure we'll get there. And it's a different type of sacrifice, it's a different type of risk. I'm a real entrepreneur, and I've always been that way. And there's a lot of opportunities for us. So, definitely a journey, a lot of key learnings, and I think that it's going to help me as I move forward.
Let me say this too, because the honesty in me cannot say this enough. But let's be real and about this. Even though we didn't come on here to talk about this is a part of his story.
Yeah.
Right? And what I will hate for this to kind of spin off and you guys take a soundbite that is like, oh, Brandon says he forgives, but he doesn't. Like, man, look, bro, I would love
here he goes.
no other than everybody who has some type of emotion in regards to feeling a certain type of way, good, bad, or indifferent. Let's talk.
Yeah.
And respectfully, I hate that it's just being extremely honest.
Yeah.
Black men making a mockery of business because we're coming together to do good business. And I love what Fred has become, Channing has become, Ryan has become. This whole space of media is so much out there for everybody to eat.
Yep.
And there's no need for us to say, man, fuck Barstool. Barstool ain't shit. Pardon my take. They're fraternizing with part of my interruption. Like, bro, everybody has their own different.
That's facts. Yeah.
Of their different point of view for certain different things. And just me being around Brandon has just been a breath of fresh air because he's helped me so much. I can't say that enough.
Yeah.
And I told him the only reason why I'm inspired to go on tour was going on the I Am Athlete tour.
Yeah.
I seen it. I was a guest. Speaking of guests, we have Vic Mensa as our guest, for the show. But I saw that and I was like, yo, I need that, right? And I'm looking at my producer right now, Krista Myers, and she came by way of Brandon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so much about life. Fuck business. It's about harmony. It's about how you two able to put differences aside to say, like, listen, bro, we have a due diligence to put a great product in screen.
That's what we say at the start of every show.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, but it's incredible what you built, Brandon.
Yeah.
Like, you should be very proud of it.
For sure.
It's been awesome to
sure.
see because you can tell that people that have been guests on your show are immediately, they're comfortable.
That's right.
They're speaking in a way to you that they don't speak anywhere else in the media. And you see, like, when you guys were in the league, you talk to a reporter, you do an interview, you do a press conference. It's almost like you got the second thought going through your head the whole time of, okay, what am I not supposed to be saying right now? What are those guardrails that I can't be touching? But when they're talking to you on your podcast, they seem to just open up right out of the gate. Is there any guest that after you were done with the interview and the cameras are off, just like you all exhale and you're like, that was some deep shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I would say, like, I'm sorry, you asked his ass that question, but I've gotten to know Brandon so well along this 3 to 4 month process that there was clips that we left out, and it wasn't to protect him or to not expose certain things. It was just like, yo, bro, like, damn, we only got 2 hours, to really put a product together. Like, we should have had a part 2, part 3. But I think really for him, and I've called him out on so many different times where it's like, bro, you changing, man. Fuck that. We need that dog. I don't need yoga. I don't need yoga, Brandon. I need fucking, Brandon.
Want me to kick the ball over the fence?
Like, bro, kick the mic over the fence.
That was a great punt, by the way. People don't talk about how great of a punt that was.
That was.
When I don't know if you were trying to get off the Broncos. I don't know what the
In your
situation
pajamas,
was
right? Yeah.
behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
you punted that ball. You hit that thing like 60 yards. That was a nice boot.
Dang, that was a great punt.
We got to get that dog back in you.
Yeah.
Maybe Cam just should hold a picture of Robbie Gold and just show it to you, and then you get
No,
that
I
dog
mean-
back in you.
Listen, it's tough, right? Because like, it's tough. It's tough. Like, what works? Here's my goal. My goal is over the next 2 years, I want to morph into more what Cam's at, right? Meaning, over the next 2 years, I want to just do what I want to do, right? I want to do like 20, 30 episodes a year, people I really want to learn from. Putting out a show every Monday just because it's the business, I'm not into that, right? Like, I want to build platform. I come in here, I'm inspired. You see the multiple sets. I can envision this athlete's podcast, this athlete's show. We have 3, 4, 5 5-day-a-week shows live. Like, we're going to do that, right? And I'm more interested in that than being in front of the camera. And so you got to move a little differently, but you always got to show up as yourself. So, it's a learning process. That's what I would say.
But throughout this process, and we can move on after this, but along this process, I think he's been the punching bag when he should have been getting his flowers.
Yeah.
Like real shit.
I think there's respect there, though. I think across the media landscape, people respect.
Yeah,
him.
and that's also just a part of the internet is when you put yourself out there, people will
It's never
take you down.
It's forever going to be a point of topic in regards to Brandon, Bartholomew, Tyrone.
It's the name he's given.
Marshall.
I like it.
It's like that. And while we got y'all attention, before he gets to talking about make sure y'all come out to City Winery.
Yeah, check it out. You mentioned Greg Olson a couple times. His name's in the news today. I don't know if you saw this yet.
I saw it.
You see that? There's a report that he wants to be the coach of the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. What do you know about? Like, we know Greg. We like Greg. He's a good guy. Do you think he's got the right personality to be a head coach, or you think he wants to stay in the booth, but if your name's connected to a head coaching,
I think it's a little premature. Honestly speaking, do I think he could be a head coach one day? Yes. I think he's extremely thorough. I think he's an ultimate professional. I think he prepares in ways that he doesn't get, or people don't even care to think of a tight end to be prepared that way. There's times where he finished the play before the play's prefix was even given. Mm-hmm. It was like, Kim, what does it sound like? Hold on. Hey, guys, hold on. No, we got empty the gun trips left, like 695. Like, let's go, snap the ball. Like, that was who Greg is.
That was a pretty compression. Yeah.
But I was with him, like, he made me, you know what I'm saying? I made him. That was a guy who, those relationships in sports and life, from his wife to his beautiful kids, his twins, like, you just see the man kind of grow. So do I think he gets the head coaching job for the Carolina Panthers? Who knows? If he gets it, I will probably be at more Panthers games for sure. Mm-hmm. But
would you be the offensive coordinator?
No chance.
And what offense would you run?
I don't think a lot of offenses really lean on the impact of up-tempo offense.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would have that fucker in high gear.
Yes.
High gear.
Now, the problem is complementary football, because I love whenever a team goes up-tempo and, don't let them sub and, like, just keep the pedal of the metal. But then if you go 3 and out in an up-tempo offense like multiple times, and your defense just on the field forever. That's why, a little bit of why Chip Kelly in the NFL, maybe it didn't work out, because once a defense starts stopping the up-tempo offense, it's like, wait, time of possession here. Right. Like, our defense is on the field for 70 snaps. This is crazy.
It's a different way of ball control.
Yeah.
And whether it's up-tempo or just ground and pound, it's still controlling the clock.
Yeah.
But I'm a product of the fruits of up-tempo offense. It forces teams to get prepared. Another thing to work on, endurance in a given week. But also, and to the point that you was going to get to, we can get to it right now. I think a beneficiary who would benefit off of an up-tempo offense is Justin Fields.
Yes.
Because a tired lineman does not want to run around trying to chase a quarterback.
Does look good when they go up-tempo.
Yes.
And
He
I mean,
sounds like a great offensive coordinator.
yeah. Are you guys think that Justin Fields, like, the Bears should keep him? And I mean, Brandon, how this city works with quarterbacks. It's not maybe the best relationship when it comes to like we need a backup, we need to move on.
Listen, I get so much love in Chicago. It's unbelievable. I left for a couple of years, and coming back, maybe it was a year or so ago, I forgot how much love was in Chicago. Okay, and that last year we imploded, and it was tough. But damn, I came in September, watched Justin against the Packers opening day, and there was like 100 players there, and they recognized us at halftime, and they behind Buckus.
Yeah, I
got the second loudest ovation, and so like thanks for the love. But I gotta say this, like, and the city knows I'm always going to be real. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Leave fucking Justin alone.
Yeah.
Leave Justin alone. Get the coaching system right, because I don't know if they need to. I'm not in the room, so I don't know if they need a new coach or the coach need to adjust
or an offensive coordinator.
Right, but what I'm saying is, Justin can be special. Justin is special. Now put him in the right situation. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Let him play ball. Let him go out there and play.
What you always say?
Keep it super simple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's true. When they do up tempo and they let him be himself, he looks great. Yeah. When you can see that they're trying to make him just a pocket passer, it starts to break down a little bit.
See, this is the narrative of, and I was kind of judged on this principle.
Yeah.
People who think they know football or sports, Peyton Manning did this league a disservice, right?
Okay.
By having 350 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, the Brett Favres of the world, da-da-da-da-da. All right. Here comes Michael Vick. Here comes a Cam Newton. Here comes Steve Young, right? Here comes these athletic quarterbacks that we're going to get the yards elsewhere, all right? So a typical winning stat line for Cam Newton is this: 208, 215 yards passing, another 80 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, either passing or running, and 3 touchdowns in total. Altogether, that's upwards of 300 yards in total offense. Not only that, it's controlling the clock, and, that gives, there's chunk plays in there, but it's not the prototypical way we're used to seeing yards being made, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when you see Justin last night, right, he went 10 for 10, but he probably had 42 yards in those 10 passes.
Yeah.
It's confidence builders. Now you're throwing the ball out on smoke screens. You're throwing the ball out on bubble screens. You're throwing the screens. You're throwing this. You're throwing that. But at the same time, when it's time for him to say, this is a Justin Fields moment, get the fuck out of his way.
Yeah.
He's now fresh to do that. Rather than, I would hate systems like this. Hand the ball off, 1 yard. Hand the ball off again, a negative 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, always behind.
And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got these exotic blitz packages where it's like, hold on, hey, hold on. Hey, 52's the mic here. Why they easy? No. Hey, 38's the mic. Hey, let's rover to 52. It's too much.
Right.
It's too much. Just let them go. Let them rock.
So if it's not offensive coordinator, can it be offensive consultant? Teams just hire you to bring you in and just that's a good one. You make a lot of money.
And
I like the offensive
and if the quarterback gets injured, you can be like,
Right.
hey, I'm right
It's
here.
like coaches and organizations need to listen. They need to listen to players more. So
That is not happening. It's a lot of
they're done. If I owned a team, I would. If I would own a team and I had a Josh Allen, I had a Justin Fields, I'm calling you. What do we do? Like, we got to learn from Cam Newton.
Yeah.
In 2015 MVP.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but we got to turn the page too.
We got to turn the page.
But you're not retired yet.
Yeah, but you're not
You're
retired.
retired. So
You
we
ain't
can't-
even
we're
turn
gonna
the
keep
page. Do you know how to turn the page?
Yeah, I'm already on the other page.
Let's turn the page backward real quick. Let's talk about Florida. Let's talk about going to school down in Florida. Yeah. I saw the look that I'm not going to ask you the bad stuff about Florida.
Ask
But I
away.
do want to know, just like, how crazy was it being on campus with all those guys that we know now?
Yeah,
We're playing there under Urban Meyer. I mean, you had like Tim Tebow.
right.
The Pounceys were down there, right?
Of course. We're in the same draft class. Recruiting class.
It seems like it was the biggest collection of the biggest group of personalities you could ever imagine on campus at one place.
Yeah. My second day on campus, they won a national championship, and it forever, like, changed my mentality of college.
Yeah.
At 17 years old, I graduated early, and I was on campus, and classes were canceled because Florida was in the national championship, I think, for the first time in, like, I think a decade. I think it was a Spur year. This was the last time. So I'm like, I'm going to class. I'm supposed to go to class, and I'm looking, I think I'm in the right place. Oh, class is canceled. Wow. Got Pouncey twins, got Joe Hayden, Carlos Dunlap, myself, Aaron Hernandez, rest in peace. Steve Wilkes was a receiver from Lakeland, Ahmad Black. It was 7 of us. Brian Wagner, which was the #1 quarterback from junior college, he wasn't kind of in our thing because he was older. But we were all in the same dorms together, and I just remember that second day when they won at Chris Leak at the helm. Obviously, Tim Tebow had a major impact with that. And seeing that college experience went from University of Florida to Project X, I was like, wow. My time at Florida everything was impeccable. If it was up to me, I would have never left Florida. But the main reason why I went to Florida is not happening. It wasn't manifesting for me. I went there to play football. I was never going to play football there in ways that I wanted to without hoping somebody got hurt. And I never wanted that to be, like my MO. I didn't never want to be like a hater where it's like I was a celebrated person. Like people saw it later on in my career when somebody scored. I didn't give a damn who scored. I just was so excited about it.
Yeah.
When Tebow went on that run to win a Heisman in the first, he was the youngest person to win a Heisman at that time, which was unbelievable. I wanted him to succeed. I just wanted to play too.
Right.
And it wasn't enough footballs on a football field to do
Only
that.
one ball.
So exactly. So now I was like, yo, I just got to leave because even putting a more microscope to the situation, they didn't even identify who the backup was. And I was having a conversation with my dad. I was like, Pop, they can't even name the official backup. Why would I stay here? The point is not to be the backup. Mm-hmm. The point is to be the guy. And I don't want to find myself in a situation as a junior or a senior and we're still platooning as teammates, which, it is what it is. But if I could have it my way, this would have happened had they beat LSU that year when I was at Auburn. I would have loved to play Florida in the SEC championship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I was praying for that.
Yeah.
It would have been so many
That would've been
emotions.
great.
What was your relationship like with Urban Meyer?
It was stagnant for so many years. I mean, it's not like I got his number now, but the first time I seen Urban was at a Tim Tebow's event. I think it was like my 3rd or 4th year in the NFL. And they weren't used to people leaving and having success. That was kind of their thing. It was like, well, what's better than Florida?
Right.
In 2008, it was Titletown, USA. You had Joakim Noah in basketball, Tim Tebow, Chris Leak in football.
Dan Bilzerian.
A lot. And, during that time, I didn't think that they knew a rose could be created from concrete. You know what I'm saying? It was just so hard to believe. So when I thrust it back on the scene at Auburn, it was like, how could you let this guy leave?
Yeah.
And everybody was scrambling like, no, he left because there was so many different reports about this, a stolen laptop of this or that, or what he still was doing. I was like, listen, bro.
So what happened when he seen you at Tim Tebow's event? What did he say?
I approached him.
Okay, and what happened?
I approached him.
What'd you
and
say?
I was like, man, listen, all bygones be bygones, bro. Coach, appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
You raised me. And a lot of who I am, I owe it to Urban Meyer and especially Tim Tebow. the mentality, the grit, the preparation, the attitude, the persona, all that. I learned it initially from University of Florida. And then when I went to junior college, I would have been a fool not to take on those different attributes and ingredients, so to speak, because we had Percy Harvin, Brandon Spikes, Cornelius Ingram, Lewis Murphy, Major Wright, like that.
Brandon Soler.
Brandon Soler was gone.
He was gone.
But these guys were very big personality, hard-working guys that they made working hard cool. And I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, we going to get up, we going to work, we going to whoop some ass, we going to party, we going to whoop some ass again. And I was like, oh, that's what we doing? Like, and boom, like they was doing it. I seen Joe Hayden literally, lift 2 times his body weight as beer was seeping through his pores. That's how much. That's what the deal was. It was like, yo, he parties hard, but he gets it though. And shit, I fell in love with that type of mentality. So when I went to junior college and I went to Auburn, I carried those same traits. Barring, I never drank still to this day.
You never drank a beer?
Never drank a beer.
Not one?
Not in my life. Or any hard alcohol. Like, I'll drink wine.
That's alcohol.
That's basically a beer.
Like hard liquor though.
We got a guy here who's talks about his sobriety and he still like smokes weed and eats mushrooms. Like, but that's not me. I've never.
Well, before we switch topics real quick, I got
not Jersey Jerry, by the way. That's Ben Mintz I'm talking about.
One more question here, and then you guys can take it wherever you want. Oh shit! See, Bortles. Look at
that's our guy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had that conversation.
Which path was sweeter, the journey to the national championship or the journey to the Super Bowl?
Good question.
Because you got to think, because as he's talking about like leaving Florida, being there, then going to Auburn, they were nothing.
And that Iron Bowl was
right.
all-time
And so going there, it's almost like Kobe winning in it without Shaq, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I flex?
Yeah.
All right,
please.
So, there was 2 times in my life where I could not do no wrong. And there's 2 times in my life that I was 14-0. Auburn, 2015.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy. We're undefeated.
Like in the NFL, like I'm talking like, and had I, and this is a backstory, we lost a game that I did not practice that week. At that time, Carolina didn't have an indoor facility, so we were practicing. Like we were doing like a lot of walkthroughs. The weather was bad, and then the day that it cleared up, my son Chosen was born. So I skipped practice, and we were having these kind of FaceTime calls, like we're putting this in. I was already in Atlanta. Thank God we played in Atlanta, and my girlfriend at the time had Chosen, and I was like, "Yo, it was Christmas Eve." It was just so many different distractions. So had I had a great week of practice, or a week of practice, would probably been
undefeated.
Yeah, but I think it had to be Auburn.
I thought you would say that. That's sweet.
Because with the title,
yeah, we won, but everybody knows Auburn is like the little brother to Alabama, and since day one, being on campus, it was like, but we almost beat Alabama.
Right.
But I'm like, man, motherfucker, this shit is always to beat the motherfucker. It ain't to compete, it's to beat.
Yeah.
And, leading is something that I knew it wasn't going to be a verbal kind of leadership tactic. It was going to be I'm going to show you motherfuckers, this is how I do it. You know what I'm saying? And as that season kept going, my life completely changed after that Saturday night game versus South Carolina, and I no longer could go to class. I had it was just a zoo, and I just remember people were so blown away by the fact that Auburn's winning. Like they've always had a good defense, but it's the offense. You know what I'm saying? And people also forget that I was only at Auburn for 12 months.
Yeah.
Dang, in and out.
So
left quite an impression.
I mean, listen, what God has for you, bro, is for you, and there's no denying that. So And then I made an impact. I just threw a quick jab and got the hell out of there. So that altered my approach to the NFL too, because leaving Florida, I was at Florida longer than I was at any other school. So at Florida for 2 years, JUCO for 1 year. We won a national championship in junior college as well. Then I won a national championship at Auburn. But I don't have off seasons with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you guys know, like after this show, whatever, like you guys' families may connect, or you may say like, bro, it's Thursday, bro. Like it's half off wings. Like this is our deal. I never had that in college. Everybody was getting to know. It's like, hey, yo, I think that's Cam. That's the new quarterback, 5-star guy. Yeah. Damn, he big as hell.
You're like a ghost. Yeah. In and out. Yeah.
So when I got to Carolina, that was something that my teammates was like, bro, you're going to be here for a long time, more than just a year. You got to lean into, you know, people and relationships.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it fucked with me because, you know, I came on a team where Steve Smith was trying to leave. And he would tell me all the time, he's like, bro, like, I want to win yesterday.
Right.
Like, I don't want to rebuild. I was part of rebuilding phases, you know, the majority of the times that I was here. And, you know, Jordan Gross, Ryan Khalil, these guys are really just saying like, bro, that's not it. No, you don't do that. You can't just go a week without talking to nobody. Like people, they saw Cam as sulking from, you know, losing and things like that. But the truth of the matter was that I didn't know how to lose because I didn't lose for 2 years.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Think about that.
That's a good
Makes
point.
sense.
Yeah.
I never lost. It's like a prize fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's like I went to JUCO and really for 3 years because when I first got to Florida, we won a national championship.
Yeah.
Then we had an off year, still won, and then that following year, Tebow wins the Heisman and we win the national championship again. That year I left. Now I'm taking those attributes and saying, all right, in junior college, what am I going to do? Win. Okay, boom, we win a national championship there. Then when I got to Auburn, what are we going to do? Win. We won that. And it was I was already a professional prior to, like, I wasn't in the moment. Like, after the national championship, everybody went back to Auburn and they celebrated. They rolled Toomer's Corner and they had a good time. What I do, I go to fly to L.A. and like the team's going to Auburn or Alabama. I'm flying to L.A. to do David Letterman.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's why you should never draft a quarterback who wins a lot in college.
Yeah.
Draft a loser.
Interesting.
No.
And they'll be ready to lose in the
No,
NFL. We're going to get back to Cam and Brandon in a second. They're brought to you by Blue Chew. You can have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is currently the only place to go for chewable versions of sildenafil and tadalafil. These ingredients help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activity. It helps combat all forms of ED, which also includes performance anxiety and also maintaining an erection long enough for sex. The chewable tablets have the same active ingredients that you're going to find in Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew is all about having confidence when it comes time to perform and having happy and healthy relationships. A Blue Chew subscription includes a free online consultation, you get 24/7 medical support, a prescription if approved, and discreet delivery straight to your door every single month. Chew it and do it. Use code PMT, get your first month free. How about that? Promo code PMT, get your first month for free. Now, back to Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall.
But it's just still a process. It's still a process. And, man, that was some of the things that I had to do a lot of soul searching and realized, like, a lot of what I thought was winning energy is not. And it's a different monster in the NFL. And guys like Bryce Young have to know and like Justin Fields, it's a process from the fans, from ownership to the management. It's a process. And the best that we can get them comfortable, the better off they're going to be.
I'm curious to know, because you talked about forgiveness a couple times. Have you ever made forgiveness with Rosemary Plorin? Do you know who that is? Does that name ring a bell to you? She wrote a letter to the Charlotte Observer back in like 2015 because she took her daughter to a game. Do you remember this letter?
Hold on. Were y'all just not talking about this? We're talking about celebrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was after the game of the Nashville Tennessee Titans.
We were just
Yeah.
Just talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And she
So-
said what?
So this is Rosemary's letter, all-time letter to the editor. I actually think they sold
celebration.
like hundreds of thousands of papers because the letters to the editor regarding Cam Newton were,
Yeah, you got a
were
lot
just
of people
fire.
mad.
They were fire. Here's what Rosemary said. Because of where we sat, we had a close-up view of your conduct in the fourth quarter. The chest puffs, the pelvic thrusts, the arrogant struts, and the in-your-face taunting of both the Titans players and the fans. We saw it all. Because you're a role model, your behavior brought out the like behavior in the stands. Some of Panthers fans in our section began to taunt the hometown fans. Many Titans fans booed you, a few offering instructive but necessarily family-friendly suggestions on how you might change your behavior. My daughter sensed the change immediately and started asking questions. Won't he get in trouble for doing that? Is he trying to make people mad? Do you think he knows he looks like a spoiled brat? I didn't have great answers for it, and honestly, in an effort to minimize your negative impact and what was otherwise a really fun day, I redirected her attention to the cheerleaders and the mascot. So, because I think you dabbed. I think you dabbed in Rosemary's
Dab,
face.
yeah.
And she was like, that's disgusting. How do I explain that to my daughter?
Well, the hip thrust, that's not a part of my celebration.
She's talking about like your Elvis.
Yeah.
No, that comment led to what we saw on the Thanksgiving game with the Cowboys, because I think we played them next that following week. So I did the twist.
Oh, yeah.
That was like my kind of, hey, I heard you talking. Maybe I'm going to do a dance that you can relate to and then, do the little thing and then add my thing at the end.
Yeah.
So I was so comfortable in my skin. I've always been the outcast, even in my family. And being misunderstood, being stereotyped. So when I see different, it doesn't make me go away like most people. If anything, it makes me interested into that person, that thing, that whatever it is. And hell, different.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, hold on. Let me get my own perspective about what this is, right? And that article is just a perfect example of what my career was. Because a lot of people took chances on me. Brad Francione, my head coach in junior college, Gene Chizik, Gus Malzahn, Curtis Looper, Trooper Taylor, like these guys at Auburn.
Chizik was the reason I landed at UCF.
Believe it.
Yeah, Gene Chizik.
And even with Marty Herney and Ron Rivera drafted me, or Big Cat, Mr. Richardson drafted me number 1 overall. Like, these things are a reason why it's like, bro, it's okay to be different. But I think I always say this, that's the number 1 reason why we have racism, prejudiceness, sexism, any type of grouping in this country, because people aren't curious to find out for themselves. They make their preconceived notion like, why does he wear his hair like that? Instead of saying, hey, Cam, like, are those dreadlocks? Rather than just saying like, no, I don't like it. It looks snappy.
You can ask the same question though. So like what you're saying, you can be like, why you wear your hair like that? Or you can be like, why you wear your hair like that?
Yeah.
Like the curiosity, like
intellectual curiosity,
Right.
Something that's lost.
Right.
I've had it so many different times where, no, they won't never say like, why do you wear your hair like that? They just won't say
No,
anything.
no, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying though.
Yeah.
But it's to your
Yeah,
point.
tell me
right?
why you wear your hair like that.
Yeah, like there's a
Interesting. Yeah.
curiosity to
Right.
it. Then there's like a judgment.
Right.
You can ask the same question.
There's been
I do want to say this real quick. This dude, I want to give you your flowers. You're really good at what you do. We know you, Big Cat. We obviously know you guys been doing this a long time. But one, you're a really good reader. Okay, so Rosemary,
good reader.
and like you do your fucking your research.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You are super talented, and I want to give you your flowers.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you, Brad.
You guys are both really good
I
too.
appreciate that. I appreciate
Flowers for both of you.
and we were having this conversation, right? So he was like, yo, bro, like you're an athlete and you're doing all this media stuff. I'm like, no, bro, don't consider me an athlete. I'm a YouTuber.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, so Big Cat just flexed on me.
Yeah.
I just did my show, and then one of my producers was like, "Yo, can we just take a couple pictures for you?" And then he don't even know what he did, but he just shitted on my whole parade. He was like, "Oh, YouTube."
Yeah, no, so
that's it.
our guys do it all the time.
I was like,
After-
YouTube. I remember those days. Yeah, my boss.
No, what it is so funny because our guys do the same thing where they have a camera and they come up to you and they're like, all right, I need to take a couple pictures. And they're like, act mad, act happy, be surprised. And I'm like, there's a YouTube thumbnail.
But the
like,
way,
what the fuck?
it was joking, but the way he said it was just, it was just
YouTube,
so,
yeah.
like
YouTube.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I had one last question. This has been awesome. Everyone do listen to I Am Athlete 4th and 1. Go out to the I Am Iconic tour when they're in your city. My last question was rowback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. So this is a theory that I stumbled upon a couple weeks ago with the Broncos. Right now, it applies to the Broncos. And I was like, as soon as we get another, couple guys on who played in the league, I'd love to get their take. The Broncos season has turned around because the theory is that trade deadline happens. They're supposedly sellers. They're going to sell everyone off, and then nothing really happens. And then they have everyone in that room, and they're like, this is what we got. Mm-hmm. And, like, we no longer have to think about who's leaving, who's coming, what are we doing. Like, now we just got to figure it out ourselves. Did that happen in locker rooms where you had a moment in the season where it's like, okay, this is us. Like, we're not getting outside help. No one's leaving. This is us. We got to go figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very direct here and as to why this season turned around.
Okay.
Starts with leadership, and it starts with one guy, Russell Wilson. This is a guy that walks into the locker room, into the facility every day, and he doesn't change. He doesn't fold, even when it fucking hurts.
Yeah, we've said
he feels it.
That hurt. Yeah,
he feels it, and that's leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I show up at the same time every day, win or lose. We're gonna have this Tuesday meeting, win or lose. I'm gonna pep in my step on the practice field, win or lose. You know how many people fold in those moments, change up? Player coaches try to act tough. Tough coaches try to be player coaches. No. That's it. Now, obviously, defensively, they go from last year top 5. Then they turn into the worst defense in the league, okay? And then all of a sudden, they switch. Van Joseph, he turns it around, so that's a big deal.
Yeah.
16 turnovers through this 5-game win streak, only giving up 20 points, huge deal. But you got to understand, like, when a Cam Newton walks in a room or Russell Wilson walk in a room, like, they're the thermostat. Like, they're the one that's going to set the tempo. So if you got your head down, everybody else going to put their head down, pack it up. Russell Wilson for 2 years, a year and a half, came in and just stayed the same. But he definitely felt it for sure. And so my theory is that the turnaround happened because Russell Wilson and his unwavering faith, he never folded, even when it hurt.
Mm-hmm. I like that because it's true. There were some tough times.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting shit on a lot, ourselves included.
I think people don't give the respect to the process enough credit. And, of course, leadership, right? But nobody believes or gives moral victories for losing. There's so many different times where a game was to be won if this would not have happened. Some mistakes are not, you can't come back from certain mistakes happening. A blown coverage, a holding penalty, a bad play, a la this past weekend, Auburn and Alabama, right? Those games are decided. Some mistakes are forgiven, some mistakes aren't. Certain processes with a team to say, like, yo, we're 3-5 right now. That doesn't make us a bad team. We just had some bad breaks. That 3-5, those 5 games that we lost may have been a great play by the opposing team, a missed holding call in coverage. Nobody cares about us not losing, a one-score game. But the reality of it is we're not too far away, right? Sometimes you get rewarded for insufficiencies in calls, and sometimes you get punished for insufficiencies in calls. So with that being said, it's just like, it's not necessarily luck, it's just a process. When teams are bumping, they have a good locker room, leadership is there, skill is there, that cohesion is there, and you see it. So yeah, with the Denver Broncos, is it something to put your finger on one thing? It's like, no, it's like they never was off outside of the game with the Dolphins. Like they got the shit.
And to your point, to Cam's point, to piggyback off of that, opening day they played the Raiders 17-16. You know,
they
how
were
do we
right
correct
there,
that?
yeah.
And you played the Commanders 35-33. And then you had a Dolphins game 70-20. Big deal. But then you come back and you play the Bears, you win 31-28, and then you lose to the Jets 31-21. These are all winnable games. And even if you watch, you know, the Broncos lose to the Chiefs, I think that was Thursday night football or Sunday night football, it was 18-19, but they were in that game until the fourth quarter.
It's an afterthought. Like,
Yeah.
people forget that, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. But it's like, that's, you know, it's like bringing the two together. It's like in that, like when you are in the valley, when you're in the trenches, when you're faced with adversity, how do you show up? Right? I mean, some of the great ones that I've seen, like even Eli Manning, like the end of my career, did the same thing every single day.
Mm-hmm.
He sat in the same seat every single day. He ate the same food every single day, no matter what. I can't choose. He just always say, I can't break routine. Hey, bro, we just landed in Detroit. Let's go to dinner. I got to go get a massage. I can't break routine. It's like, you know, so the leadership there has.
I said this at dinner last night, and Mike Shula told me this. It's never as good as you make it seem, and it's never as bad as you make it seem. It's about your perspective, though, right? And offensive football is the ultimate team sport, not defensive football, not special teams. It's offensive football. And when you sit back and you just think about so many different determining factors with football as a whole, the greats, the Bradys, the Mannings, you name it, right?
Bortles,
right? I'm pretty sure he's had Blake Bortles we're talking about. He could have been a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
He should have been.
backs.
He got hosed in that AFC Championship.
Come on now.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about that. That's an afterthought for so many different people.
You just, yeah.
Those things, was it an onside kicker?
No,
it was
Miles
the fumble.
Jack. Miles Jack was ruled down. He
Yes.
wasn't down.
Yeah.
Yes. Those things people don't remember. But when you go back and you watch these games, and for Thanksgiving, we saw they had the Cam Bowl, the Camback, the bowl, the Iron Bowl. And I remember looking at this game, and I was saying, what if he would have dropped that ball?
Mm-hmm.
What if Antoine Carter punched the ball out from Mark Ingram while he was running, and the ball just rolled miraculously 20 yards to get a touchback? I'm like, yo, these things don't – like what if the Charles Woodson sack was called a fumble?
Yeah.
The
Butterfly
tuck rule.
effect.
Yeah.
You know, what if Adam Vinatieri would have just said, you know, fuck you, I'm gonna miss this. You know, like it's so many what ifs in sports that after you lose, no one cares.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, it's not as good as you make it seem. It's not as bad as you make it seem. We're not too far off, fellas.
Yeah.
We're 3-5 as a record, but we're not a 3-5 football team. The great coaches will their guys to believe in that. The great players lead their team to saying, let's put this into perspective. We still have a chance.
Yeah.
If you catch it sooner enough, those are forgivable, mistakes. Leaning on rookies like those, you get an asshole guy that comes in, first round draft pick, he's new to money, he's going to buy the Bentleys and the Roses and all things like that. It's like, motherfucker, hey, we need you to make sure that you know what you're supposed to do on these checks.
Right.
When I get corner cat, motherfucker, look, you running your regular route, I don't got time for you to run a 15-yard dig, bro. You got to do an auto fade, bro.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Coach went over that all week. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, when I've tapped my helmet, bro, even though it's going to be subtle, I see a 3-tech in the shade right here. That's equivalent to 3rd and 6 to 8. This coordinator loves this blitz.
Yeah.
he's blitzing off your like those things when they get it.
Yeah.
You've been watching tape, huh?
You watching too?
Yeah. He's
Watch
gonna be
this.
I'm like, oh shit, okay, he coming. Hey, got it.
But
It's
guys,
a great answer though. Yeah.
but when you get guys like that and you're saying like, yo, bro, hey, you do it, and then he sees it, but boom, he said, why they said that? You're expecting them to run a back shoulder fade or the idle fade. You throw it in anticipation. It's a pick six. You come to the sideline like, yo, bro, what's going on? You got an asshole rookie like, man, fuck that, get out my face. It's like, no, bro, that cost us the game.
Right.
We was trying to tell you this shit in Wednesday meeting, but you motherfucking looking at your phone, DMing shit. Like, it's you worried about your food. Man, fuck your food. Like, those type of things, the ones who get it, they get it.
Did you ever go too far with that? Like getting on somebody?
I had to get some straightening. But a lot of people just think shit's sweet though because of the hats and the outfits and things like that.
Well, you guys have been crushing it. We appreciate you guys coming
Yeah.
by. Anytime you're in Chicago, we'd love to have you come by. So
Don't tell this guy that.
yeah. I am athlete, 4th and
I'm coming
1.
tomorrow.
I'm iconic tour. Yeah, no, you guys can come tomorrow if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to come by the
Can we bring our cigars too?
Yeah,
I need to shoot my show.
Oh, all right. Then you're in.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Set
you
it up
got
for
we
me.
got a studio for you.
All right,
No
thank you.
problem. No
Yeah.
problem. But yeah, Cam Newton, Brandon Marshall, thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
This is
Thank
a
you.
low lift, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Fyre Fest of the Week is brought to you by Coors Light. I love Coors Light. It's beer season, baby. I'm back in on beer. I don't know if you guys heard. I'm all in on beer this winter. This is going to be a big winter time for beer. You know what I love about beer this time of year? You can put it outside. That's right. God's refrigerator. The outdoors cools your beer down. You grab one from outdoors, and guess what? The mountains are blue. Look at that. The mountains are blue on this Coors Light I'm holding right now. Coors Light will help you find moments to unwind. If you have a big work presentation, you can follow it with happy hour, some friends, and an ice-cold Coors Light. If you got weekend chores, take Saturday off. Hit the tailgate. Even if you don't have tickets to the game, whenever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. When you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment. It's made to chill. I love Coors Light. It's the beer that I reach for when I'm drinking beer. It's always there. I've always got a Coors Light in my refrigerator. I'm going to go home tonight. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to crack open a Coors Light. And that's what I'm going to do. It's right now, I've got a cooler that's filled with Coors Light. It's out on my porch. I'm going to dip into that bad boy, and I'm going to chill with Coors Light. The one that I choose when I need to unwind. It's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, Fyre Fest of the week. Wrapping up the week. Great week. Great football weekend coming up.
One of the best.
One of the best. Hank, Henry.
I'm sick.
What are you sick with?
I have been sneezing a lot.
Oh,
I have a stuffy
what I had.
nose, mucusy
Mucusy what?
Penis.
voice, I don't know,
Stool?
throat. And I just took a shower. I just took like one of those like 1 hour showers the other day where I was just like, I don't even want to get out of the shower.
Oh, when you get trapped in the shower.
Do you have body aches?
You have COVID?
I don't think so. I don't know. I might have to get tested.
No, don't.
But yeah, nothing too crazy this week. The
I don't want you to give me. I don't want you. Wait. I don't want Hank to give me COVID.
well, I just want to get better for this 24-hour stream. That's
Jake is taking out his mask right now.
I was looking at my backpack of medicines to see if I had anything that could help you, but I don't.
That would be funny if you had COVID and you gave it to Max during the live stream.
but the 24-hour stream is
Yeah,
Coming
it's
on
going to be
strong.
fun.
Whatever you have now, you're going to improve just enough to still be contagious and feel better, and then give it to Max. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I'll try to make it as fun as possible. You guys said no phones, which is absolute bullshit. Because if it was one of you two, you would never allow that.
What do you mean?
You guys would never go 24 hours without your phones.
Yeah, I would.
And
No, you wouldn't.
No,
Yes.
and when Hank brought this up to me when we were talking, and he goes, "That's bullshit because you would never do that." And I said, "You're right."
I would personally do it. Yeah.
And that's a great response.
Yeah.
Like, he's right.
I'm with Hank here. It's true.
Right. So
Yeah.
I admit that he's right. What do we do now?
I don't know. Be fair. Be honest. Be good.
Maybe be better with your Mount Rushmore guesses.
So to me, I lobbied to give you like phone
Well, you guys
check-ins.
fucking rigged the
So
votes.
No,
shut up, Hank.
Rig the
Shut
votes.
the fuck up, Hank.
You
So-
gave up. You fucking said no one knew that what's his name? Jerome Bettis was on the Rams.
That's a fact.
That-
It was like a
Everyone
Aflac
knew that he
trivia
won
question
the Rookie
other
of
day.
the Year.
He was also all pro as a rookie on the Rams.
100
We're not
years
doing
ago,
this
you guys
argument
were
again.
fucking dinosaurs.
I'm done with this.
Mac just pushed the button on himself. No, Hank, I wanted to give you access to your phone once every like 2 hours. Check your texts only to see if there was an emergency. I would be down for that.
What
We should be able to
emergency.
earn some.
Okay,
some-
yeah. Well, all right,
some
we'll
phone-
do
some
that.
phone
We'll do
time.
that. We'll earn
Yeah.
some. We'll earn some. We'll earn some.
You're gonna love how you earn it.
If
One kiss, 5 minutes.
Little Shazier.
Whoa. Are you talking about blowjobs or anal sex? He said 2 books.
Sending volume 2 of
Yeah.
the Ultimate Guide to
I gotta
Getting
know
Head.
what changed. Volume 1. There's
Just there must have been like a FaceTime or a follow up. Like there was the text conversation.
yeah, it felt like
like,
we were missing
A
holes.
little bit like kind of flirtatious, kind of not, and then just like, hey, what's up? Bam. How to give a blowjob. How to do anal.
Volume 2 just being like, I regret the chapter in Volume 1 that said use a lot of teeth. Update, do not use a lot of teeth. All right, good Fyre Fest.
Thanks.
Sick boy.
Sick boy. Okay, PFT.
My Fyre Fest of the week is that there's something that I've got set up on my
Just
phone.
drink piss.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
No, and that's actually not the worst thing that's happened to me this week, believe it or not. I've got something set up on my phone where when it connects to my car speaker automatically, it starts blasting a song, right? And on full volume on my phone. I don't know how I set this up on my phone. Now, for a lot of people, it's like, oh, the U2 album starts playing or something that you have in your iTunes library. I've downloaded very few songs onto my iTunes library. I usually use Spotify, but one song that I have downloaded is the one that starts playing, and it's absolutely going to fuck me over at some point.
Uh-oh.
As a joke, I downloaded Eminem's song Fack, F-A-C-K, and it is maybe the worst song of all time, right? It's
I'm gonna fucking come.
yeah, that song.
Oh.
It's
Banger.
It's so bad. I actually do think it's the worst song of all time. And every time I sit down in my car at max volume on my speaker, it's Eminem being like, "I'm gonna eat that pussy," and it's
Oh, no.
bad. It's bad. Fortunately enough for me, I've been driving. I haven't had any passengers in my car since it started, which is like 3-4 days ago. But there's going to be a time when somebody who should not listen to that song hops into my passenger seat and it starts talking about Eminem getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's really tough.
When I had the Mazda, it used to do that. I listen to music on Spotify. Also, shout out to everyone Spotify Wrapped. Very nice. Always fun to see.
Yeah, that was great.
So I don't listen to Apple Music, and all my iTunes would just be me downloading the podcast recordings onto my computer so I could edit. And so when I would get in my car, it would just randomly start playing a recording session of the podcast where we usually record for like 30 seconds or a minute before we start.
Yeah.
So it would just be like a random conversation of whatever we were talking about from like 2 years ago, which is always just like a fun, let's see what we were talking about this day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just going to read verse 2 because this is the verse that it's stuck on from Eminem, okay? Parental advisory. If you got kids in the car, turn it up. Oh, yeah, God. Ooh, wow. Boom that pow. Ooh, wow. I need a cigarette now. Ow, I'm so fucking hot, and you're so fucking hot. Oh, my God. I want a fucking fack. No, no, not fuck. I said fack. F-A-C-K. F-A-C-K. Fuck, fucking freak me. Oh, yeah, girls see, baby, they call me Mr. Freaky. Let's call your sister three-way. Have some threesome, me so horny. And you're such a fucking babe. I want to go down on you. Fuck, you shaved? Oh, goddamn, here I go again. I'm going to come. I am. So that's what plays in my car
Jesus.
every time I sit down and start it up. And it's at, when I say max volume, I mean maximum volume in my car.
Damn.
So I got to straighten that out.
That's a lot.
Otherwise, I'm going to have some splaining to do.
Yeah. All right, my Fyre Fest is I also was sick. I had a stomach thing. That was a battle. I battled. I lost like probably 10 pounds though, so that's pretty cool.
You look great.
Yeah, thank you. I do need a haircut. And then I have a game of the year on Saturday, the SEC championship over.
Was it a Fyre Fest?
Because it takes a lot out of me, and I'm already weakened by the diarrhea. So I'm already in a fragile state. Now I have to get my strength up.
I hope
even
you
more.
win.
Thank you, Jake.
Yep.
What, Max?
That's loser
Like-
talk. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, that's not loser talk. I'm saying I battle hard.
It's a Fyre Fest.
It's a
Hasn't happened yet.
I'm gonna bat. I don't know if my body is ready. I need to get rest. I need to sleep. Last time I lost a game of the year, I got sick for a month.
How many games of the year do you have in 1 year?
Usually like 3 or 4.
I feel like you game of the year, the SEC title game every year.
I love it. I love it. It's gonna be so much fun to watch that game. I'm so excited to watch that game. I love that game so much.
It is going to be great.
Oh,
I think
fuck
this is
that game.
the best weekend of football that we've had in quite some time.
Yeah,
And
and we have the crown jewel on Sunday
and the crown jewel capping it off. Did
Yeah.
you see Triggs, the guy that does the cover art for Part of My Take? Tremendous artist, awesome, very talented guy. He made a flow chart of which teams are going to get into the playoff.
I love that.
Yeah,
depending on who won.
yeah, it's psycho
And-
behavior.
Max didn't understand
It's
it.
very complicated.
No, it's very simple.
I was
course Max didn't
I was sitting at my desk. Memes can attest. I was looking at this thing for 5 minutes, just going through everything. I'm like, still
It's not
don't get it.
computing, yeah.
It's very simple to follow.
It's
No,
very-
I think I did end up getting it. I did end up getting. There's just a lot of arrows and things.
Yeah,
Like
I've never. Here's the thing, Max, is we have not been exposed to that. Like, if we had seen that every year during this weekend, where it's like, here's the college football playoff flow chart, then we grew up seeing it and it's normal to us. But this is the first time I've ever seen 4 teams with the arrows. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. And it took me a good 10 seconds of staring at it.
It took
to be
me
like, now I get it.
He
It took me like
correctly,
an hour.
he correctly too. Like the Ohio State fans,
They have a path.
They have a path, but they don't realize. Because I was talking to Big Ev earlier, they need Washington to sneaky win. Because if Oregon beats Washington close,
They could
why
both
would
get in.
Washington not be the
Yeah.
one lost team that gets in?
Yeah.
That's and Triggs actually called that out perfectly. It's
That happened last year, right? The
Yeah.
Buckeyes snuck in after
Yeah.
losing to Michigan.
yeah, there was not as many undefeated teams.
Right.
Okay, Jake.
I can't parallel park. I was home in Florida.
No, duh.
I want to say something so bad, but I can't. I can't.
You can say it,
No, I can't. I honestly can't. I have zero room to talk to you about maneuvering a car in a parking lot.
but you
Yeah.
can say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
But if you were to say it, what
I'm
were
not
you
going to say it because then obviously I had a unfortunate moment where I was a bad driver, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, but it's really hard to do.
No, it's not. It's really not with the
In Florida, they don't make you do that. They just make you do a regular.
But
park.
is it a newish car you were driving?
Yeah,
They put it on easy mode.
Yeah, it is.
Like
Don't do
it
it.
used to be. Old man yelling at cloud. Like when we were growing up, you have to the first car you drove. Like you had to really parallel park.
Yeah.
The last 5 years, they've made it so easy. All the cameras, all the sensors. It's a fucking job. I actually miss it a little bit.
Yeah.
I've never had a camera.
You've never had a camera?
No.
So you know old school
Yeah,
parallel parking.
I need to get a car.
I just got my.
So you don't even well, of course you don't have a camera. You don't have a car.
No, well, I just got rid of my car before I moved to Chicago.
Got it.
I never had a camera until this car, and
It's easy mode.
it's easy mode. But also, I've done it for a month, 2 months, and immediately I'm finding myself being like, "How did I ever do this before?" I had
Yeah,
this
no,
backup
it's
camera.
bad.
It's like when they first invented GPS.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, you had to look at a map ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then you had to know what the different roads were and memorize all that
You
shit.
used to print out MapQuest.
You could even before MapQuest.
Yeah.
Where it was like, here's
Oh yeah, I
giant
remember
road atlas.
my dad used to we'd pull over and he'd just look at a fucking map.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna get off at this place. What?
That shit happened all the
the
time.
fuck are you talking about?
And you had to follow along on the road. You had to. It was some advanced shit. But immediately now that I've got a backup camera and the sensors and all that, I don't think I could go back.
Yeah. Wait. So Jake, what were the backup cameras you weren't looking at them? Because I'll back you up in the fact that
No, I was
sometimes I
looking,
don't
I just
trust it.
didn't.
You just didn't know how the
just-
car moved.
Yeah, it was my
Got
first
it.
time driving the car. I don't really
Oh,
drive
okay.
frequently.
Oh, if it's
anymore.
first time, that doesn't mean you don't know how to parallel park.
I mean, I don't.
okay, yeah, that also
Yeah,
probably that's
when
true.
I had a car in high school, I couldn't do it.
okay.
You know what
Still
the
can't.
most exhilarating thing is when you have an audience that's watching you parallel.
Oh,
park.
it's
Yeah,
so
wait,
That used to
hold on,
happen in
Jake.
New
I got a
York all the
question.
time.
Yeah.
I got a question. I really hope the answer to this is not going to be what it is. Have you ever gotten out of your car and had someone else parallel park it for you?
no,
Oh, thank God.
no.
That would have been bad. That is the ultimate cuck move.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore cuck moves. We'll do that next summer. That to be like, hey, can you please help park my own car for me?
No, I'll just leave and find a different spot
That would be
if I can't get
All
in
right,
there.
Jake, you're
Or
okay.
sometimes the person leaving in front of you leaves, and then it's much
It's
easier.
easy. Yeah. You know what? One of my favorite moves to do is when you see somebody about to parallel park, you just walk out there and you start helping.
Yeah,
them
direct them. Yeah,
without being asked.
yeah,
And it's like, I got you, buddy.
yeah. Kind of a first responder.
Yep.
Okay, let's finish up the show. Numbers
18.
17.
71.
20.
8.
Evan and Memes.
Evan and Memes?
What'd you say?
3.
11 for
Pug 11. Pug. I am Pug.
3 for Memes.
97.
Has that hit here before?
I don't know.
Stand by.
I feel like 97 has.
Good thing I can check pardonmyballs.com.
That's a good
97 has not hit yet.
That seems like a website.
4 in the 90s have hit.
That's a website that's selling some kind of, weird thing you got to put
Shout
on
out
the
to
balls.
David who made it, and he gave me the access to start editing the data. So,
Love you guys.
pardon my balls.
We've had 95 and 96 hit.
Yeah.